But enough ranting about housing. I'm sure you're tired of hearing that. So, looks like the store did a cycle over, but no new mounts, unfortunately. Jesus, why is that so loud every now and again? Yes, we're officially no really into the good stuff. Holy crap. Wait, what? Oh, okay. This is not what I was referencing, to be clear. This is the cosmetic stuff that just went live, including the mini choice. What is this? Are those a pet? I think those are a pet. One pet. There's a couple upcoming mini bosses that I'm not super fond of. Or not, sorry, regular bosses. So hopefully we'll have some help with at least a few of those. Sorry, I'm just kind of glancing down the list here, seeing what we got. The Zytaffy Gobbler's on sale right now. That's such a waste of a gobbler. Waste of money, I mean. I'm not seeing anything. This is all just cosmetic-y stuff. And I don't see the mount singular I want. So yeah, I think that's it. You know what? Actually, ditto as this. I think I'm with you on that one. So, yeah, as I say, if anyone wants to join us, we're about to start Path. And I'm on the wrong page entirely. Here we go. Path of Fire, Path of Fire. Wong. Good afternoon, Luke. The conflict in the Crystal Desert is bleeding over into Central Tyria, with refugees pouring into Lion's Arch every day. Queen Jen has already dispatched a diplomatic team from Divinity's Reach. You and I have some common interests in play. I'd like to discuss them in private. Captain Elian Keel. Yes, that one, the one we've been seeing since Season 1. There's one boss I remember... Well, I don't want to call it difficult, but I remember it being irritating. It was also awesome, so make of that what you will. It's actually the very first boss fight I enjoyed in this game. I'll point it out when we get there. No, good guess. It's actually, I think it's actually in Season 4, specifically. But I'm counting that as part of Path of Fire, obviously. It's the mech fight, if that gives it away. Let's see, who's on? Who's on? Bregman's on. Gamegeek's on. Giga's not on. Death to Giga. Sorry, double checking something really quick here. Okay. What? Ah. Come on, respect. There we go. Looks like pretty much everyone's already out there, so I'm going to go ahead and start the tutorial thing. We've got to get a raptor, after all. We can finally give those mount positives that I've already given. Okay, that's what that means. I thought that meant offline. Gamkeel.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll... be fine.
Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Taimi. She the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology. A remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
Pretty typical.
well. A battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured.
Yeah.
Best of luck, Commander.
Yeah.
It's a powder keg over there, and that maniac has already lit the fuse.
Oh my god. That's the mace you're using?
Aye, Captain. Now let's talk shipping details.
Magnus?
Commander, on behalf of the Captain's Council, thanks for pitching in to support our relief efforts.
Though you and Keel are the only counselors I see, this operation is a bit unusual for Lion's Arch, isn't it?
Don't worry, Keel and I will handle the full council. Now get out there and kick Balthazar's divine teeth in.
Consider it done. The next time we speak, we'll have one less mad god to contend with.
Refugees need food and medicine now. Sorting out who gets paid can wait.
There's something else. Most of the refugees don't have appropriate clothing for this colder climate.
Check the armory for surplus uniforms and repurpose as much as you can.
Will do. I've also informed the merchants that donations are strongly encouraged.
Remind them the Council will consider their generosity, or lack thereof, when negotiating future contracts.
Magister Stonehealer, thank you for the Priory's contribution. I feel I should warn you.
That you can't guarantee the safety of my scholars and explorers. Don't worry, our people can handle themselves. Just remember to share any important discoveries you make. Alona's been isolated for a long time. There must be a treasure trove of data about the Forgotten, Ascension, and the Dragons, just waiting to be discovered. I'm also eager to see how their societies have diverged from ours. And if Dwarven culture had any lasting impacts.
I'll support your people as best I can, but I've got a mission of my own. Good luck, Ogden. Until we meet again.
Oh, hey, it's official. I can mount in missions. I'm free.
Heading for the desert, Commander? Swordmaster Farron, Lord of Beetleton, is ready. Let Chaos Bringers and Quaggan Kickers alike beware.
Thanks. But I need you here. Someone tough and shrewd has to guard the supplies until they're loaded.
Good thinking! This is Lion's Arch. These donations could go missing in transit before they ever leave the docks.
Not with you on the case. Thanks. I'll feel a lot better with someone I can count on to keep an eye on things.
Happy to contribute. Bon voyage, old chum.
Farron, my friend, never call someone who's about to cross the ocean chum.
Whoops! I should know better. Especially after that fiasco with Marula at the apiary. I kept calling her honey. She still blames me for all those bee stings. Who knew the buzzy little beggars had such good hearing?
So actually, Assuran Female is my favorite of the various main character actors. I was just about to look up who it is, but I forgot how irritating it is to find that. There's like a whole page of voice actors, and that's it. Hang on. Here we go. Colleen. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. But she's really good. She does a really good job with the main character, and she's how I've heard most of this stuff. Oh yeah, she's the one who voices Tails. And a bajillion other things, but that's probably what you would recognize her from. Male Char is the other one I am actually rather fond of. And Jennifer Hale, to be honest. I don't just like Jennifer Hale because it's Jennifer Hale in my defense. She does a pretty good job, as I showed off during Heart of Thorns. In fact, I'm going to be honest, I'm already slightly regretting switching to Claudia Christian here because she's doing a worse job immediately.
Sheriff, just wanted to say how glad I am Keel brought you in. This job requires skill and know-how like yours.
I know even more than Keel thinks. She and Magnus aren't working with the full council. That's why they called me in. Either they're sick of debating, or it's a power grab, or they just plain don't trust the council to do the right thing. That's why I love this town. Even our leaders live by the rule, it's easier to get forgiveness than permission.
You may be right, but even if they are being tricky, the desert region needs help, and Balthazar has to be stopped.
Oh, I support the cause, but I'm not taking the heat when the council finds out. Good hunting, Commander.
Like, I'm sorry, it's even within this first quest, it's immediately apparent that she just doesn't have the nuance that Hale was doing. In fact, if you'll forgive me an indulgence.
Good. You made it. Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze. I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh. One person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Tommy and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Timey. She the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology, a remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
Pretty typical.
Well, a battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured. Best of luck, Commander. It's a powder keg over there, and that maniac has already lit the fuse.
No, I'm not wrong. She is just a noticeably better actress, even for just these few lines. Damn. I was going to vary it up a little bit, but... now I'm tempted. Jennifer Hale is an experienced actress, but she's also pushed out some dreck in her time. Point in case, Guild Wars 2 Vanilla.
I need a status report of those supplies.
on the way. I had to reroute a few.
Hmm.
The original recipients are already confirmed. That's council business. Leave it to me. The refugees need.
Yeah, actually I do. Because I remember my Assuran being pretty damn good too. Let's bring Mesmer, which I think is you. Yeah. It is too hot for bad voice acting. That is not even a joke. I have adjusted the fans. You notice I'm not even wearing my coat today. I'm just not. I'm sorry. It's not happening. And yeah, you're right. Jennifer Hale wasn't great in Mercenaries either. She reminds me a little bit of William Shatner, which I know sounds like a weird comparison, because most people think Shatner's a bad actor. And that's because those people are stupid. Shatner is a very unusual actor in that he is much, much better. Exactly, Bledgewell. He is much, much better when he has good direction. I've seen Shatner put out A-class acting more than once in more than one thing. But I've also seen him put out total dreck. Yeah, Boston Legal is a great example of Shatner when he has a solid director. Frankly, Star Trek VI is the only real example I need to give there. But yeah, he's done some great stuff outside of Trek. Where are we at? Path of Fire. No. First episode. I think. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I mean, that could be it, Colgrim. Okay, so let's see what a Shurin female sounds like, just while we're here.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Taimi, she the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology, a remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
Pretty typical.
Well, a battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured. Best of luck, Commander. It's a powder keg over there, and that maniac has already lit the fuse.
So, what's interesting is you can immediately tell the difference in personality. Yeah, Jennifer Hale is still better, but what's really interesting to me is Jennifer Hale sounds more professional, whereas the Assuran female here sounds more Estinian. I know that's a weird comparison, but you probably get what I mean, right? Jennifer Hale portrays it as the commander, which makes very sense. But yeah, the Assuran woman here, Colleen here, she voices it more as an adventurer. There's a little bit more emotion. That's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You just heard it. If you'll forgive the indulgence, I kind of like Blade Taval's idea. Let's see what else we've got. So we've got Char female, human female, Char male, and Sylvari Male. I'm not making another character, so we're just gonna do these here. So let's do Sylvari Male. Yeah, exactly. Boom. Like, you could probably hear the Assuran female when she says that line, "No promises." You know, I know you don't have the best track record with airships. No promises. When Jennifer Hale said it, it was a very clear and distinct, "No promises." When the Assuran female says it, when Colleen says it, there was a grin in her voice when she said it. Path of Fire. Yeet. So I've never been the hugest fan of Nolan North, but I would be an idiot to deny that he's a good actor, especially when he's got a good role, good direction to him. Damn it. All these buildings not loaded yet. I thought about taking a cold shower earlier, just to lower my core body temperature. Yeah, it's a bajillion degrees. Like I said, I've got 2 fans directly on me. I'm tempted to add a 3rd fan over there to try and push some of the hot air out. The problem is I have nowhere for the hot air to go. I was thinking about that. I was actually mathing out some of the airflow dynamics in here, and there's really not a lot of options I have. Anyways, Sylvari Male.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Taimi. She the short one?
Wow, he sounds more British than Jennifer Hale does. Not a bad thing, but like he's definitely putting more posh in his tone.
With such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology. A remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
Pretty typical.
Well, a battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured. Best of luck, Commander. It's a powder keg over there, and that maniac has already lit the fuse.
Yeah, no, I like Mr. Red's take on that. Sylvari Male is far more noble British as opposed to Jennifer Hale, who's voicing it as military British. Male Sylvari is someone named Brandon Bales, which I swear I've heard him in something. But as I'm looking through his list, I'm not finding it. I mean, he's in a few things I know, but nothing's jumping out at me.
Status report on those supplies. They're on the way. I had to reroute a few shipments, though.
He's actually a TV actor for the most part. That might be why I don't recognize him. Let's see a lot of TV.
Refugees need food and medicine now. Sorting out who gets paid can wait. There's something most of the refugees don't have appropriate clothing for this.
Let's hear Char Female. So that outfit is the Balthazar outfit, and the weapon is called the Everbloom sword. I don't remember where I got the skin. Yeah, he was something in the recent, the very, very recent Star Wars show. I didn't recognize the name, though. I can't remember the name of the show. What's the name of the very recent Star Wars show that just came out? This is a good way to date the stream, too, for people watching this 10 years from now. Nope. Not Andor. I would recognize Andor. I'm gonna make me look this up again. Maybe Blade to All? I do have like 70 of those banged in case I ever see something that catches my eye. No. Oh, hang on. I can look this up.
So much to do.
Hang on. Oh my god, why don't you just list these in one... Skeleton Crew. There it is. He was in Skeleton Crew. As someone. I've already lost the name. Stephen Fry is apparently in Skeleton Crew. Who knew? Well, he's not Jude Law. Alright, anyways. Sleep, Giga, sleep. Get some good rest, okay? Don't melt in this heat wave. So Char Female is another one I like, by memory. We'll see how this one holds up. Kind of wish I could just hear my lines. This feels like auditions all over again.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll... be fine.
Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't.
I'm not liking this. This is weird.
Taimi. She the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology. A remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Yeah, she's just flat. There's none of the tone or nuance that needs to be in there. Like that line, it's technology. A remote communicator is how that's supposed to be said.
Pretty typical.
Oh, God.
Well,
I think you're right, Ichi. I think that's what I'm actually used to hearing.
talk to First Mate Fighter.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a recent character for me, so...
Get to M Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Yeah, that... No.
Smarter to
No.
get insured.
Yeah, that's... Okay, moving on. Now, I haven't heard human female in a long time. I don't even know who voices human female. It's not Nolan North. Yeah, so far Hale has been crushing most of these. Although I did like the Assuran. Let's see. Human. Yep, there's no one north. This is April Stewart.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, we might be taking our warrior out there again just because Hale is kind of knocking it out of the park. Oh, that's right. I recognize April Stewart. She's the voice actress for South Park. The voice actress for South Park. And a bunch of other stuff. Possibly Luke, but it's still our number 2 at the moment. Oh, wow. The guy who voices Charmail does a whole lot of additional voices for a lot of games I've played. He is also apparently the modern voice for Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. But like in Tor, you know, additional voices. ESO, additional voices. Diablo 4, additional voices.
Oh, good.
So let's hear Wendy Testaberger.
To fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're beyond grateful to have a group of folks like you on our side. We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person. Against a god of war. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Taimi, she the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
It's technology, a remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
pretty typical.
Well, a battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured. Best of luck. It's a powder keg over there.
I'd say she kind of ties the Assurin for me, but she did some good presentation there. PB Goodfate pointed it out, too. There's this wonderful bit. Scroll up a little bit. Taimi and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again. Like, the way she... that line, she just kind of nailed, right? And yeah, this... so we've had the commander, we've had the noble, we've had the adventurer. This sounds like a soldier. This sounds like a frontliner, you know? A Gropo, if you prefer. Thank you for the sub, Papa Neeps, as always. I've jotted that down for Contradiction, Spider-Man 2, and Dead Space R1. I do like human female. Quite a bit. Which just leaves our Char friend. Male Char. See, at this point, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut until I hear them. Wow, Tadasciore does a bunch of voices. He's the voice of Ogden. I should have heard that. I can't believe I didn't hear that. Shut up.
much to do.
I mean, if we end up having to keep playing, oh my god, if we end up having to keep playing the warrior, it's not the end of the world. My warrior is probably my best setup character.
Oh, good. You made it.
Happy to lend a hand to fight the blaze.
I think I speak for all of the Captain's Council when I say we're
Oh, by the way,
beyond grateful to
this is my look right now on the char.
We can ship out once the rest of Dragon's Watch gets here.
It'll just be me.
Oh, one person against a god of war. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Timmy and I faced Balthazar before, but he slipped through our fingers. It won't happen again.
Now he's definitely modulated down.
She the short one? I hear she has quite the superiority complex. Funny to have a teeny tiny body with such a massive ego, huh? What is it? Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm sure the commander's silently trying to warn you that the little narcissist might be listening.
Oh.
It's technology. A remote communicator.
Yep, I'm always with the commander. Although, the Crystal Desert is farther away than we've ever tested this thing. I might not be able to stay in constant contact with you.
What a disappointment.
Huh, look at that. You broke Scruffy's sarcasm meters. Anyway, I'll get to work on solving that problem so we'll never be apart again. Bye!
That's...
Pretty typical.
Well, a battalion of my best is ready to go. Talk to First Mate Fidus and he'll get you situated. I'm lending you my personal airship to get to M. Noon. Keep it in one piece. Heard you don't have the best track record with them.
No promises.
Might be smarter to get it insured.
I like his take on that line, too. He sounds extremely Klingon. Let's just get that out of the way. And, you know the archetype. Ugh. I don't have time for this. You know? That's just that kind of a tone. I do agree, though. He does a really good job. I'd say he's probably tied with Jennifer Hale for overall presentation. Thing is, thinking ahead, in later stuff, we can't use our warrior because Jennifer Hale is part of SAG-AFTRA, and therefore will not be voicing her own lines. So, what we'll probably go ahead and do is do him later, and we'll do Jennifer Hale now. I feel like that's the right call here. And our ranger here, we'll put her in the corner. We're good. And if I voice anyone else, I don't know. I did like Sylvari male. I did like Assuran female. And human female. I mean, all of them were fine, really. But, like, except her. She was just not good. Well, Claudia Christian's an interesting one, because I know she can act well, because I've played WoW. She plays the main villain of the current story arc in WoW. And she's played that same character since Legion. And I'm to spoil this, she does a good job with that role. So, I don't know what happened there. Oh, whatever. For now... Meanwhile, everyone in the bot, just get on with it! No, I refuse. Also, you're awesome. Don't forget that you're awesome. Well, Legion was a minute ago. Oh, you mean this? That's actually a good question. That is a good question. That could be Linnea Ruth. Hang on one second. It is also possible that WoW's voice directors were just better. Like, I don't want to sound elitist about that, but that is a possibility, right? Modern WoW, obviously, because I'm talking, like, War Within. Which, yeah. Okay, so Path of Fire, let's look this up, was late 2017. We're getting recent now. Pax and I had formally come back to the game by this point. We're still not 100% sure when, but we had definitely gotten back to the game by the time Path of Fire came out. For a bit of contrast, because I like to show this stuff off. So this would have been pretty late in Legion's development cycle. In fact, if you give me a minute, I bet I could zoom that in even more.
So much to do.
Let's just pull this in here. There we go, patches. So this would have been late Legion. So let's look at 7.3. That was Argus. Yep, right there. So the final major content patch in Legion had come out 1 month before Path of Fire came out. Meanwhile, over in FF14, this was just a little bit into Stormblood. In fact, I am 90% certain that I had officially quit Stormblood at this point in time, and thus had quit FF14 and had no desire to go back to it. So that actually makes sense now that I line up all three of those. Legion was still going fine, and I was still enjoying Legion, but Legion was kind of in its let's just go enjoy the endgame stuff. Stormblood had kicked me out of FF14, so I had quit FF14. Path of Fire came out, and so Guild Wars 2 replaced FF14 for a while there. So all that lines up. Stormblood had a few issues, and those issues grated on me to the point where I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Calling Stormblood bad is obviously inaccurate, because it's wrong. But there were several things about Stormblood I just was not ready to swallow at the time. I'll even tell you what they were. First was they suddenly introduced a rival character out of absolutely nowhere, who was just better than us in every way, which grated on me. Second, they really pushed two other characters to the front of the screen, and in my opinion, didn't do a very good job of doing anything with them. I'm referring to Hien, and I can't even remember her name. But the third and final thing for me, and this is a final straw kind of a situation. I've said before that FF14 is anti-co-op. It's a little more complex than that, but I stand by that sentence because what ended up happening is, well, you do a whole sequence of a quest chain or whatever. See you around, Cauldron. Take care. You do a whole quest chain, and you get up to like the critical moment, and the camera would be like, "We're ready to go," and then you would get this giant red error message right on the top of your screen saying, "You're in a group. Quit the group." Now that's been in FF14 since like launch, right? But what that means in practical application is, while playing FF14, what you do is, if you're playing with a friend, like I was, we group up. Then we leave party, and then do the quest, and then group up, and then leave party, and then do the quest, and then this just constantly. So between everything else, Path of Fire coming out, WoW kind of being on a high for me at the time. The final patch was also when they smoothed over a lot of the irritations in Legion. Not the order holes, and the main story issues I had with Stormblood. All of that just was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to walk away from it. Now, Stormblood's patch content was much better. Much more interesting story, and they really started codifying a lot of what, in my opinion, makes FF14's gameplay axis good. Now, the most common complaint I've heard, forgive me for derailing on this for a second, the most common complaint I've heard about FF14 post-Stormblood is that that's when the gameplay started getting bad. I don't know what those people are smoking. I'm sorry. I don't. I have no idea what those people, where that's coming from. Like, Stormblood is when they started standardizing the targeting stuff for dungeon design. It is when the dungeons started being single corridors, But it's also when the boss design started being really good. Like, bosses started getting interesting and dynamic and fun. So, oh, it's also when most of the classes finally started getting good. I'm sorry, most of the class design was not all that great until later on. But I digress.
The Phoenix Dawn is set to sail.
Glad you could join us, Commander.
Thanks. How's the crew?
Ship's prepped, aid supplies are in the hull, and we've got a Lion Guard squad for security. Hop aboard and we'll shove off.
But the crew? You can speak freely.
Well, some people, not me, are a little anxious. There are mixed feelings about fighting a god. But we have our orders. If you listen to the refugee stories, it's pretty obvious whatever Balthazar's doing over there is a catastrophe.
He was determined to take a dragon's power. I'd guess he's turned his attention to Kralkatorrik.
And apparently doesn't care whose neck he has to step on to get the job done. When you stop to think about it, this is a god who turned against us. It's hard to swallow.
I suppose we'll just have to stop him from killing it and get ourselves some answers.
Oh, don't even get me started on sparing the dragons.
Believe me, I'm still coming to terms with it too. Hopefully Timey can prove it. And soon.
Then I'll hold my tongue on that and let you focus on Balthazar and his forged.
Let me guess.
It's what the refugees call his army. Tough customers by the sound of it.
An army. Wonder where that came from.
Only one place you'll find an answer. A diplomatic team is already on the ground in Amnoon. I'd start with them.
Will do. You sure you're ready to follow me into the fire?
It's where we do our best work.
Good. Off to the furnace, then.
That's because that is Bram's voice actor. I mean, Sam Riegel's a good actor. That's I've said it before. So, about an hour in, Path of Fire. 50 negatives for everything. I do like how this conveys how far away Elona really is. It's actually connected by land to Kryta. It's part of the same continent. But it's a trip.
Doesn't look like we made it to Amnoon.
Sorry for the change of plans, but we saw smoke coming from that pyramid. Keel gave us orders. So we're going in.
Don't crash the airship. It's not on me. Showing off some of the new engine stuff they can do here.
If you'd like to stay on board, we'll get you to Amnoon as soon as we get back.
I didn't come this far to sightsee. I'm going with you. Whew. That structure is enormous.
Our navigational charts didn't say nothing about gigantic pyramids. Didn't think our info was so out of date.
It's been hard for cartographers to keep up. This entire region has been in lockdown since Palawa Joko took over.
Yep. That Joko. Very, very brief history lesson, okay? Long, long time ago, there was this guy, okay? Palawa Ignatius Joko. And he was young, ambitious, and he wanted to study necromancy. And he was like, yeah, I just want to check this out and try this stuff and do this thing. And, well, he was ambitious. And he was very determined to set himself up as a new king. So he discovered the ways to try and twist death magic around to have, I don't want to say a unique amount of magic in him, but he has death magic funneling through him. He is, in fact, a lich, which has effectively made him immortal. It is, to be very specific, it allows him to self-res, is the type of magic he has. He used that for years to slowly build up an army and slowly start marching over Alona until someone named Tarai Osa showed up, beat the crap out of him in one-on-one combat, and broke his empire in half. They couldn't kill Joko, though, so they sealed him away. Thing is, years later, there's this woman who was trying to do these horrible, horrible, evil things in order to quite literally destroy the world. So some rather desperate heroes, would be us from Guild Wars 1, found Paolo Joko's head and freed him. In exchange, he helped us to find and then defeat, I can't remember her name actually, the woman in question, and then go and save the world. Yay! But now Joko was free. And his second time around, he was a lot more careful and a lot more patient. And yeah, very careful, very calculating. He did all kinds of fun stuff. Like, I'm not going to go down the details, but like one of the ones that sticks out for me is he would regularly dam rivers much, much further upstream and then wait a year or two until the Varesh, that was her name, thank you. A year or two until the complete change to the sediment and the farming would cause them to have food issues. Then he would show up right about when the peasants are very ready to rebel against their leaders because their leaders can't feed them. And he shows up saying, hey, I got your back. People in several places actually embraced Joko and more or less elected him to be their king. Yeah, he's kind of scary. I don't know if I'd say he's the best in fiction, but I actually do love Paolo Joko. He's going to be the source of many positives. I just wanted to mention that in brief, though, because... yeah, he is a well-written lich. Let's just call that what it is. He is long-term, he is patient, he is intelligent, he is calculating. Probably his only real flaw is he has an absolutely ginormous ego. Now, it's not a complete weak spot like it usually is for villains. He can take, he can suffer indignities if he has to. And he has many times. But when he's on top, he wants to make sure everyone knows he's on top. Off the top of my head, no, Logue. Oh yeah, I can mount.
It could sink at any moment.
That came from inside.
But we don't see Paolo Joko soldiers. They will be called Awakened. The first thing we see is Forged.
They're killing for sport. These must be the Forged.
Let's wait for that introduction until after we're done.
If there are any left, Commander?
I don't remember that, Evan. I remember Zaitan's awakening specifically affected Cantha. I'll even show that off on camera, but I don't remember it hitting alone. I'll double check myself on that.
Ears up! Reinforcements incoming! Wait, it's only one unit.
Welcome to the desert, Commander.
And you are?
Balthazar's herald, and I have an offer for you. He has chosen to forgive you for your interference with the fire and ice dragons. Join him and fell the crystal dragon. He only wants to free Tyria from their grasp.
Your god lies, and waging war on these people won't help you defeat the dragon.
Wrong choice!
I'm not sure I ever have played Toonfall. A lot of settings have Lich Hood be something that doesn't actually affect your alignment, but they never do anything with it. They're undead, therefore they're evil. The end.
Stop! Don't! Every light like flame is another conscript for Balthazar's army. They will be remade in his honor, just as I have been.
Yeah, there's a reason they're called Forged, by the way. Which D&D, Luke?
It's not smart to defy
I do think this is an interesting introduction to the threat Balthazar is. First thing we fight is a crazed fanatic who goes out of her way to murder innocents.
I'm going after her.
But that's exactly what she wants.
I know. I'll be fine. Be ready for any of the survivors I send your way.
Aye, Commander.
And she doesn't just do it to be evil, she's doing it with purpose. Everyone she kills is someone that can be reforged into a weapon.
Hear my prayer. Save us.
Cormyr. Let's try that instead. Okay.
Head
In
to
a...
the pyramid for safety. We have four.
I was once like you, full of noble intentions. But then Balthazar chose me as his instrument.
Are you just a puppet? You have a choice.
No, the choice was made for me.
Oh, the Elven Liches. I know what you're talking about. They're actually not Liches, technically. They had to twist the rules around to make those exist.
There's little I hold in higher regard than loyalty. This is the price of defiance. The world belongs to Balthazar now.
So what I was about to say is actually directly related to what you just were talking about, Luke. So, the idea here is that a lot of undead, in Faerun in particular, are specifically entities empowered by the negative energy plane. Now, as its term implies, the negative energy plane actually kind of locks you out of certain types of abilities and feelings.
It's just the beginning, the tip of the spear. The outcome is inevitable. You're his in life and in death.
Drop the shield.
I'll find you again soon. My friends will take it from here.
Would you get back here? Jesus! Anyways, oh, sure, but that's a gameplay thing, Czar. What I mean is, you lack the ability to be happy, or experience things like love, or just general positive emotions. A lot of works in Faerun specifically touch on this. Usually with vampires, actually. So, let me use actually a specific example, because I have a specific example for you. In Baldur's Gate 3, oh god, what's his name? The vampire party member. Oh my god, I can't think of his friggin' name. He's everyone's favorite. Astarion, that's it. Astarion is not a vampire. I know that sounds strange, but he's actually not. There's a specific classification for what he is. He's like a turned or something like that. So he's, you know, he's got the teeth, he's got the blood, he's got the sun, but he's not a true vampire. Yes, Spawn, thank you. By contrast, Cazador, he's a vampire. He is a full tilt, no really, replaced his energy with negative energy. he cannot have anything good, positive, etc. He is evil. Now, the game plays with this because, spoilers, one of the options in Astarion's character path is you can have Astarion become a full-blooded vampire. If you do like that, he instantly becomes horrifically evil, which makes sense because he's a vampire in Faerun, a true vampire in Faerun. Because of the nature of how the setting works, you kind of can't be a good vampire in Faerun. Go ahead and reinforce my armor while I'm here.
They're gone? Oh, thank you.
I need to get through that gate.
Okay, I'll just... Oh, if it's down, she must have smashed it on her way through.
I can gather whoever's left to get the gate open, but you have to help us. The town's burning out of control.
Of course, but maybe you should hang back.
Yes, please. Maxime, your leg doesn't look good.
Can't just sit here.
It's okay. We'll handle this. You're helping by helping me.
Fine, fine. Just please don't let the entire village burn to the ground. Help the survivors. The raptors will get you to anyone who's out of reach.
Got it. And you?
I'm fine. I'll stay with my brother.
Okay. Shout if you need anything.
Commander, I've got something that might help with those fires.
Yeah, depends is the correct answer there.
Take this.
You carry a fire extinguisher with you?
Well, Keel said we should bring insurance for the voyage.
I mean, she did. The other interesting thing about, I'll use devils specifically as an example in Faerun, in Forgotten Realms, is that a lot of devils aren't like inherently evil, but because of the nature of the type of magic they use, which is predominantly soul magic, they are encouraged, shall we say, by the system put in place by the higher devils to be evil, because souls are a literal currency. And fuel, and a magical component, all kinds of other useful stuff.
Thank you. You've done us a...
Oh yeah, this is when they give you a raptor, isn't it? Like right here. So you can do this. Yes. Oh my god, it's a raptor. Yeah, so welcome to mounts. Yes, there's a reason I constantly talk about how you should do the first mission in Path of Fire before you do anything else. It's because you literally get a raptor in the first mission. It's right here. Bam.
Outlander, over here.
Exactly, Czar. I actually don't know anything about Stroud, because, as Dakota says, he's not part of Forgotten Realms. I'm not actually that familiar with most of the other D&D settings.
Looks like the raptor's taken to you. Keep it. For your help.
Are you sure?
One less raptor's the least of our problems.
Thanks.
It'll help you cover ground faster. You'll need it.
The mine gate is operational again. Go through there. It'll take you to Amnoon. And Outlander, please pay this tragedy back for us.
I will.
Yeah, by the way, the commander is going to be called Outlander for a while. Get used to that.
Get the card. We'll bury him at dawn.
Isn't Stroud part of his own setting? Ravenloft or something like that? I really don't know. I'm actually asking. Hang on, I'm jotting down some positives. Give me a second, please. Game breaking builds. Fireball. And okay, looks like I already typed up my mount positive, so I don't actually have to do anything there.
Oh, man, I'm glad this...
Oh, yeah, sure, you can climb on, I guess, or... Yeah, actually, let me use my mount skill here. By the way, you get this Drake very early in Secrets of the Obscure, if you just want to fly early on. I don't know how early. I had it before Secrets of the Obscure came out. But I know it's pretty early.
By the Sixth. Who are you? An outlander?
Yes, from across the Sea of Sorrows.
Sorry.
I'm here to stop Balthazar.
Yeah, me too. Oh, you're serious? Then a hi, and welcome. That would be quite an appreciated feat.
Have you seen his herald? An armored woman.
Didn't come this way.
No sign of her.
Try Amnoon. Lots of folks are going there. Take the road south and you'll hit it.
I'll check it out. See what help I can find.
They really want you to have this raptor bunny.
Hearing you. Some interference. Try get higher ground if you can.
Higher ground? Oh, right. If you can hear me, I'll try to reach you later. Repeat, I'll try to reach you later. Hello? I'm just going to assume you heard that.
Lots of refugees. Lots of refugees. Lots of refugees. Lots of refugees.
Halt. What's your business in Amnoon? In case you haven't noticed, there's a mob of people trying to get in.
I was told a party from Divinity's Reach is here. I need to speak with them. Also, a village north of here was attacked. My crew is helping the survivors, but they could use Amnoon's support.
Wait here while I clear this with the council.
Captain Rahim, I can vouch for the commander. This is the leader of the guild I told you about.
There's a welcome sight.
This is the...
Change her outfit again.
Well, it wasn't a solo effort, but yeah. The commander's taken down one or two.
Ritlock? What? Kaz, you're here on behalf of the Queen?
Correct. But just a moment. Captain, does the commander have permission to enter?
Yes, hi, Commander. Catch up with your friends and come see me at the Cavalier Station. We should talk.
So, Ritlock's back. Casimir's here. Remember, she pieced out after, Balthazar existed.
It's good to see you. And your eyes.
All right. Try not to fall in love.
What happened to your blindfold?
A temporary measure to help me focus. But I got used to the voices in my head, so I tossed it.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Tribune. Can I still call you that?
Yep, all cleared up.
And?
The Citadel wanted to report on my Foe-Fire mission and the magic. Who am I to deny them a great tale?
And?
It's classified, Commander. Sorry.
You've been holding out on me ever since our fight in Maguma. This is the last time I'll take no for an answer.
Now I wish I had my blindfold to dab your tears. We gonna kill a god or what?
Ooh. Enchiladas and killing gods. Oh, this is gonna be a great day.
Time Hermie tried to reach you before I left. Now I understand why she didn't have any luck.
It was a spur-of-the-moment decision.
Her hair is weird now.
I hope you consulted Marjorie about that after you... How have you two been since... Rata Novus?
Good. Fine. It's okay. Could be better, but she's still recovering, so...
Well, I'm glad you're here. We need all the help we can get.
I can't believe one of the gods we worship, one of the 6, just gave up on us. Doesn't care. It doesn't feel right.
You have faith and hope, and I respect that. But I was in that volcano with him. He was ready to let all of Tyria turn to ash. What he did to Marjorie...
I know. I've heard it from her over and over. My mind says it too, but... It's hard to walk away from a lifetime of devotion, of being raised to thank the 6, say bye the 6, and worship the 6.
Okay, Cass. I hope you're right. And I hope your eyes aren't opened as brutally as mine were.
I was actually about to say, possibly one benefit of being here as a Sylvari is we have a unique perspective on all this. We've already met our god. And killed him. Some spoilers for Heart of Thorns, Kraken-san. Granted, that's, you know, open season now.
Reports of creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over. Are you going to help?
Of course I have all 3 of these. Can I at least mulch them? I can. Yay.
Begin destruction protocol.
Now we have fords closing off our trading routes in every direction.
Well, Mordramoth is the creator of the Sylvari, and he crafted them very specifically to be his slaves and servants.
So much product under these conditions.
So... Anyways. Let's talk about... Oh, hey. Choyas. Choyas! No! Okay, we're good. We're good. Anyone want some cactus surprise? This is Amnoon. I like Amnoon. I like pretty much all the visuals, like, from this point onward. Except maybe Icebrood. What I like most about Amnoon is... How do I put this in words? This is basically the city hub for Path of Fire. And it's not that big, and it's not that prosperous. It also has tents and huts all over the place because of the refugee crisis. But all of that makes sense. Remember the state of the politics of this realm. This is like the place where people run to from Palo Ajoko, right? Of course this place is run down. Like, you can even see it. Look at the walls. Like, look at how many giant chunks of brick and mortar and whatever clay that is are just ripped out of this pyramid. And look at how much the roofs are falling apart and are covered by vultures, by the way. And the paint is chipping off on the actual buildings. You get the very strong impression this is a city that used to be great and hasn't been for a very long time. Once you get outside the walls, it gets worse. You could see where the river used to be. We actually just mentioned this with regards to damming the river. And what fortresses still exist outside the river, they're not doing great. And yeah, here's where the water level is now.
Quick, everyone out of the fields.
Oh no! We're trapped!
Huddle up. If you can fight, stand with me.
As a further addendum, this over here is the refugee camp. It's like the central hub for the refugees. It's also one of the smoothest, easiest hearts to do in the entire game. So here's my little pro tip for you. If at any point in time you have a daily or whatever other need to do like a heart, do this one. I'll do it right now just to really make my point. So let's see. We've got food. It's all icon based. Food's like one of the rarest. So I don't know why I picked food first. There we go.
Cormyr is blind to the troubles of our world.
Boop.
Cormyr's moved beyond us. Balthazar, throw off the chains of your false gods.
And then we'll give some water to this person. Boop. Now, I saw someone who was injured. Oh, there he is, right there. I see 2 people that are injured. And yeah, I would be lying if I said the fact that I'm helping refugees doesn't help my decision here of doing this one. But even if all you care about is gameplay, this is still a very quick and very easy arc to do. Like, look at how much progress you get per interaction. Also, there's a lot of little details here if you look around.
Cormyr bless you.
Now I'm going to stop here, but you notice we're already halfway through the heart. And yeah, there's an orange event, which is actually up right now, where the Forged attack the farm. Yeah. So yeah, Amnoon is not doing great. Good visual storytelling, good brickwork, plus. Make sure I'm pronouncing that or spelling that. Yep, no, I'm right. It is, however, probably the most overall prosperous city left in Alona. I know what you're thinking. How? Well, first of all, they do have some water at all, as you can see. But second, and arguably more importantly,
higher rates aside,
they have a port.
Oh, I hope it's nothing more serious than the leaks we keep hearing about.
Enough said. Honestly, there's a pretty strong trade that goes through here. Even under Paolo Ajoka, he still allows trade to happen, so... Oh my god, the Borg are here! Sorry, that'd be a thing. There's a couple more things to show off here, but even from a gameplay perspective, this is a decent capital city. Now, you notice nobody's here. It's because nobody likes to hang around here. Not unless we're, you know, doing, gambling. Not gambling. Pinata. Excuse me, it's Pinata. Out of curiosity, when is Pinata? Oh, we just finished it, so not for another hour or so.
Sorry for the gate earlier. I get all kinds of people in here, and the stories they tell to get inside. Not that I blame them, but the city can only take so many before bursting. So, I take it you're here for Balthazar.
I am. I'm looking for a place to start. Any information you have would be helpful.
Well, your guildmates are being hosted by the chief counselor at the Civic Center. She can fill you in about the state of the city and the surrounding area. And she might know something about Balthazar, too.
Sounds good. Anything from the ground level? Someone who's dealt with him or his army firsthand?
My deputy Ayub is at the camp run by Cormyr's priesthood. The refugees there may be of help. And then there's... How do you feel about getting a little lower than ground level to find what you want? I have a deputy assigned to the local smugglers, the Hamaseen. Name a case. Not so sure he's mine anymore. But you might seek him out, if you don't mind walking on that side of the line, of course.
I think I can stomach it.
You'll find them at the casino. Tread lightly.
Speaking of prosperity... Honestly, I don't remember disliking pretty much anything about this story arc, with one big exception. Wait, what? Yeah. It may involve Bram.
What do you want?
You case.
Maybe. Who's asking?
Captain Rahim sent me. He's under the impression that you have access to Hamaseen's network.
Yeah? He's wrong. So beat it.
Listen carefully, friend. I'm here to kill the god of war. Don't think I won't swat any flies that get in my way.
Well, if that's your angle, then you need Zalambor. He runs things. He is the Hamaseen's network. He's usually in his office in the casino, but he's a very busy man.
I'm sure he'll spare a few moments for me.
I love how quietly threatening she was there. Just let me make this very clear. So here's the casino. Nice place, right? Notice the walls are still falling apart, paint's dripping away, chunks of it taken out. Okay, fine, whatever.
Any last bets? No? Let's see what we have. Crystal? Hydra?
Bring me things I can't find locally, and I'll get you access to a vast kingdom of new customers.
You must be Zalambor.
I am. My friends, let's adjourn for now. In the meantime, my casino is yours. Enjoy the Grand Sahil's many luxuries. You spared me from a few more minutes of dealing with those smugglers. For this, I owe you. But next time, make an appointment.
Maybe I should explain why I'm here.
Oh, I know why you're here, Commander. What I don't know is what it's got to do with me. Elonian wine?
I'll pass.
You sure? It's not poisoned or anything.
I'm offended, Zalambor. You've never once offered me wine.
Ah! I present to you Archon Iberu of the Morden Crescent. Archon, the commanders come to us all the way from Lion's Arch. Our friend here was once a Sunspear who opposed Joko, but it amuses His Majesty to break and domesticate his enemies.
Careful, Zalambor. As I'm sure you're aware, Chief Counselor Iman invited me here to discuss military aid for Amnoon. It's vital to King Joko's interests that this alliance goes through. Amnoon is among the last of the holdouts, and now I hear you've been voicing your dissent.
Archon, for the sake of our guest, might we drop the innuendo and get to the point?
You're right. Here's the point.
What are you...
Enough of this! Awaken! Reduce this eyesore to rubble! It's unwise to intervene in our affairs.
I'm full of unwise ideas. But protecting the living from an undead army isn't one of them.
Beat your chest all you like. Zalambor, don't make me...
He's just straight up cheating. Which is a damn shame. They make him targetable and then invincible. But yes, we find out almost immediately, in case you don't know who Joko is or who the Awakened are. This is who Joko is and who the Awakened are. And yes, they're called the Awakened to differentiate them from the Risen. We'll be dealing with plenty of the Awakened as we go.
My apologies for the unpleasantness, Commander. This is why I insist on appointments.
Happy to help. Mainly because now you owe me.
The fact that I'm still able to walk is a point in your favor for sure. And this time of war does make for strange bedfellows. Cormyr knows I've had worse.
I'm only after Balthazar. You understand? I can't be dragged down by whatever else you've got going on.
My organization makes it possible for me to do many things. Fund public works, donate to our refugee guests, keep candle after candle burning at Cormyr's temples. I never wanted to cross the Morden Crescent, but I suppose it was inevitable. I'm grateful you were here for the Archon's overture, so I'll keep an ear to the ground on your behalf.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the rabbit. You'll notice I don't even have it in one of my hotkeys. The sky scale functionally replaces the rabbit. It can actually go higher, even in a straight line. So I'm thinking 3 negatives to that scene.
Ahai, Commander. Your guildmates were just regaling us with tales of your adventures. You honor us. It's not every day a Dragon Slayer walks through our door.
The counselor must have misunderstood my part of the story, or she wouldn't be bending over backward to inflate your ego.
Well, thank you for the compliment. But this time, I'm not after a dragon. I'm after Balthazar. Do you have any information on his whereabouts?
The god himself? We only know he's constantly on the move, chasing who knows what. And that Amnoon is essentially surrounded by his troops, which maybe you have some insight into. We're at a bit of an impasse. Joko's government sent representatives of the Morden Crescent to Amnoon to offer military support against the Forged.
I think I ran into those representatives at the casino. There may be fewer of them now.
The Morden Crescent may no longer be the honorable Sunspears they once were, but they would make powerful allies. And in a time like this, we need all the help we can get.
You people have history books? Open any one of them and it'll tell you short-term gains bring long-term trouble.
The Chief Counselor has the right idea. We should be grateful the Morden Crescent are even considering helping us. We should fly Joko's standard and make it clear we welcome his kingdom's support.
Ah, the lapdog.
We've resisted Joko for years. I'm not about to let him waltz in. And without a fight? Never. It's nonsense. Our only option is to align ourselves with Cormyr's priesthood and the remaining Sunspears.
Allying with either side will only lead to future conflict. Amnoon has been independent and should remain independent. And round it goes. I'd welcome any counsel you might have, Commander.
Well, let's see what everyone has to say.
It's easy for your Char friend to dismiss the threat we face. Joko is nobody's first choice, but we can't afford to turn down the Archon's offer. The Mordant Crescent are the only ones with the strength to ensure our survival.
Your survival? Do you want to survive as a member of Joko's awakened army?
The Sunspears' numbers are weakened, but their involvement could still be a beacon of hope. Their order has sacrificed everything to defy Joko and the Mordant Crescent. They'll protect us from the Forged.
Amnoon must remain independent. Our doors have always been open. It's how we survived this long. The moment we pick a side, we're asking for trouble from the others.
And you, Counselor? You're awfully quiet over there.
There are no good options here. All of these plans are suicidal. I can't endorse any of them.
I mean, he's right. We need a sea change in Alona. No, really, we do. You'll see more and more as we go through here just how badly Joko has twisted this entire region around his finger. It's not pretty.
Spear Marshal Cormier was a local hero, even before she fought a fallen god and took his power. Her Sun Spears have always encouraged these people to keep fighting, even when darkness is closing in. They may be a small group now, but an alliance with the Sun Spears would be the light in the dark this city needs.
These people should just look out for themselves. The minute these yapping windbags let a creature like Joko into this city, they give up any hope of freedom. He might be the biggest gun around here, but what happens after the Forged are defeated? Every decision you make has a cost. In this case, all the people have to do is serve Joko forever after they die. What a deal!
Thank you, Ritlock. He's right, too. Because, yeah. Thank you, Blitterval, for being part of the show. Give me a moment. Path of Fire proper is pretty short. It's 14 quests, I want to say. Or at least thereabouts. Now, Season 4, that's a chonker. There are 2 chonkers left in story. One of those is Season 4, and one of those is Icebrood. Those 2 are the last long ones. So, TD Platformer Block, Sly Collection, and Super Lesbian Animal RPG. So, Icebrood kind of sits at its own place. It was probably supposed to be its own expansion. We'll talk more about the specifics later, but it was probably, by several accounts, supposed to be the end of Guild Wars 2. And it also came out under COVID, which, as anybody knows, was terrible for basically everyone. One second, I was double checking something really quick because I don't think this choice matters. But I'm double checking. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Thank you for your input, Commander. I tend to agree. We'll continue to fly our own flag. Amnoon will face the Forged as a free city, with gates open to all.
A council actually making a practical and timely decision? Pfft, call the town crier. This has to be a first.
At least the Sun Spears are still welcome.
King Joko will make sure we regret this decision. You just killed us all!
May Cormier forgive us.
Thank you, Chief Counselor. Commander?
A moment, Commander?
Sure, what's up? I think there's more bad news in my life right now.
These people are desperate, caught up in a war they don't understand. Balthazar came to the desert for Kralkatorrik, not for them. But why? Why is he doing it? This is why I wanted you to pick the Sun Spears, to represent Cormier. She might guide us to answers or intervene in Balthazar's actions, especially if his goal is noble, but his path is not.
Your hope is inspiring.
Thanks. Have you heard from Tiny?
I couldn't get a clear signal. Guess I should try again. I have some big news to share. There must be some place that's clear of interference. I'll look once I've finished gathering information.
I meant to ask Mr. Ed, how far did you get anyways? Strange. The game I'm currently playing.
For the City Watch. Sounds like they intend to reject Joko's alliance.
That, or they intend to crack down on Zalambor. Everything those politicians do is two-faced.
What, and Zalambor isn't? We all know what his real business is. Admit it, the Council stood their ground. They're stronger than you thought they were.
We'll see.
Wait, there's a mastery gate in Path of Fire? Where?
Deputy, Captain Rahim pointed me in your direction. Would you mind if I talk to a few of the refugees about Balthazar?
You're welcome to try. Not a lot of folks are in a talking mood. This camp's gonna be no better than the places they fled if we can't get more aid out here soon.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe people will be more inclined to talk when they feel safer.
We certainly wouldn't say no to some help. Priestess Karima can tell you what we need most. Good fortune to you.
Wait, seriously? I don't even remember that. I remember canyon jumping. I even pointed that out earlier. But I don't remember having to do that just to gain access to the Springer or the Skimmer. You do need the Skimmer. These three are mandatory mounts in order to progress. That sucks. You know what also sucks is I don't need any experience out here. I am capped on all of these. I need mastery points, and I'm probably never going to bother. Speaking of doing hearts for mandatory progress, it's okay. This is the heart I was doing earlier. Because it's an easy heart to do. Well, quick heart to do. And you're helping refugees. I always have trouble finding hungry people. It's the weirdest thing. Everyone's hurt or thirsty. God, does anyone want some frickin' food? Hey, I got food. Hey! Oh. There you go, there you go. That's food.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wow.
Thank you. Cormir bless you.
Eh.
Cormir, bless you.
Join him on the battlefield.
Yes, join Balthazar so he can destroy you and turn you into an undead minion.
Cormir bless you.
And functionally an undead minion. Yes, that was a child.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We left a group hiding from forged attacks in Destiny's Gorge after walking out of the Elon Riverlands to the south. We thought we were in the clear, but we were followed. I had a chance to run, and I took it. I still hear the screams. I ran when it started, and... Oh, Dwayna, forgive me. I'm a coward. I should have died with them.
No. You shouldn't have. And take heart. Balthazar will pay for this. What happened to you out in the desert?
We very nearly didn't make it out alive. We escaped the salt flats right before a forged invasion. Balthazar has turned the whole desert upside down, and
I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We fled north to escape Balthazar's Forge. They've been marching the same way lately, up into the highlands. At this rate, we'll run out of places to retreat to in no time flat.
What happened to you out in the desert?
We were coming down from the highlands when we ran into a branded ambush. No one would have survived if Vlast hadn't flown in and saved us.
Vlast? Thank you.
You know, the dragon, Glint's offspring.
Don't you mean Gleam?
Gleam was the name the bards gave him, but his true name is Vlast. He's a savior with wings. We owe him our lives.
That's the first Scion.
You're very kind.
Aurine's brother.
Thank you.
He's a good dragon?
He carries on his mother's work. Cormyr praise him.
Where can I find him?
No one knows where he roosts. He just shows up to contest the branded.
So Aurine has a brother. That's great news. I hope. Wait until Timey hears about this. Looks like I'm done here. Now, to see if I can reach Timey. She said higher ground.
So if you're paying attention, that's 3 completely separate enemy groups we'll be dealing with out in the Path of Fire. We've got the Forged, that's Balthazar's people. We've got the Awakened under Paolo and Joko. And we've got the Branded, which is the remnants of Kral Katoruk.
Timey, do you read? Come in. I must not be getting a signal.
I'm here, Commander. I read you. Glad you made it to the Crystal Desert in one piece. You are in one piece, right?
So far.
Did you duke it out with the fire guy yet? What's happening? Update. Update now.
Balthazar's got the desert in chaos. I'm trying to find the shortest route to him to... well, you know. But I think the biggest news I've heard is a story about a dragon, Vlast. Supposedly he's another scion of Glint, Aurine's brother.
What? Tell me all about him. What's his height, wingspan, powers? Did he eat anybody in front of you?
I haven't met him yet, but I'll let you know. How are things in Radonovus?
It's hard to change people's minds with conjecture, so I'm trying to prove that killing dragons isn't ideal. I'm also trying to get all the Dragon Lab info into Scruffy so I can become more mobile. It's a madhouse in the lab now. They're giving tours. Tours! Ugh. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Check back in when you get a chance.
Hey, shut up or die.
Don't lie to these people. Your holy war drove them here.
Death to blasphemers!
Yeah, I think that qualifies in this case, right? Oh god, I can never remember. Is this heresy or blasphemy? Either way, death to Balthazar stab. Alright, I can never remember which is which.
Cormyr's divine truth left us defenseless.
Hey, what's up?
Has returned to redeem
Don't lie to these people.
Fight for him.
Your holy war drove them here.
Death to blasphemers!
Sorry about all that. I do love the idea that so many of the Forged are trying to recruit people. Like, I get the vague impression that half of that isn't even Balthazar's doing. He's just letting his people do whatever. Like, go recruit more people. Okay. And they're just like, join us, fight for a god. He's right over there. Wow, that's awful, Game Geek. Negative to gameplay. You know, you should probably join me, Mr. Ed, because you'll probably be getting experience while doing this stuff. Unless you have a better source of experience, in which case, ignore me. I never really grinded in Path of Fire. So unlike Heart of Thorns, I don't have a suggested grind activity out here.
You should have seen Iman's face when we said we were leaving because we were invited to the casino by its owner.
Anyone who gets that reaction out of a stuffed shirt almost made me think I might like this Zalambur guy.
I heard he donates generously to Cormier's priesthood. They fell over themselves to bless his name.
Maybe Amnun should put him in charge. I'm surprised that council's not debating the merits of pyramids versus cubes.
You might want to meet him before endorsing him for political office.
You'll still get experience, Mr. Red. That's sort of my point. Especially as I kill stuff. Am I seriously not doing anything right now? Yeah, I'm not. Alright, whatever.
Canuck, what are you doing here? Enjoying your time off?
Freedom is a sweet drink, Commander. I've been busy quenching my thirst.
You should join us. We were just about to meet with...
Zalambur. I already know a thing or two about this place. A Sylvari gambler who's up 500 gold is just my cover, I promise you.
Now that he's free, it's okay if I kill him, right?
Gentlemen, let's keep it civil. How about it, Canuck?
While my freedom's been gratifying, it's also a little boring. This is much more interesting. Besides, I may have made a wager that the Slayer of Elder Dragons can take down a god, and I intend to collect.
What are the odds?
Let's not jinx it, Commander.
I love that. I love that character and story detail. Of course tons of people would bet against us. Because there's no way we could ever kill a god, right? Yeah, Canuck's about to be very rich.
Welcome back, Commander. It's an honor to have the members of Dragon's Watch in my humble establishment. Please, follow me.
Oh, by the way.
Grand Zahil is already back to running at full capacity. In no small part due to you.
Ooh, he's got pomegranate.
We have all the finest games and entertainment the Crystal Desert has to offer. Do you enjoy games of chance?
When the odds are in our favor.
I reached out across my network for information about Balthazar, and I think I know what he's after.
Kralkatorrik.
You're half right. He's currently hunting down a crystal dragon, but that dragon is Vlast.
I wonder why he'd suddenly changed targets.
Who among us can understand the will of a god? I do know his forged army has encampments all over the Crystal Desert. He stops at these camps to rally his troops while he's on the dragon's trail.
So we might be able to intercept him at one of the forged camps. You've come through, Zalambur. I actually don't regret keeping you alive.
The feeling is mutual, Commander. I'll take my leave now. Enjoy your time here, please. Stay away from the high-stakes roulette. It's rigged.
I knew it.
So, who's up for a trip to one of these camps?
Sounds good to me. Let's shut him down before he's responsible for anyone else's death.
We don't want to rush in blindly. And if I'm going to be joining you again, I may as well make myself useful. I'll scout the main camp, see what I see, and report back.
The main camp? On your own? Seems risky.
Nah, not alone. I'll go with him.
Not the response I expected.
Hey, vacations have a way of dulling a blade, so to speak. Can't let you fumble around unsupervised.
That's more like it.
All right. Kaz and I will check out the smaller outposts.
Actually, I'll leave it to you if you don't mind. I have some matters to attend to. There's a temple of Cormyr near one of the forged camps. You can find me there when you're done.
Yeah, it's very common in PSP games. So, one of the little details I like about this character-wise, Casimir was a fairly devoted follower of the Six. It's actually part of her character. So, we get to the point here where she's discovered that one of those gods has betrayed her, and her entire worldview was completely upended to the point where she was having trouble even processing it. What does she immediately do? Start devoting herself to Cormyr to the point of... Well, I don't want to say the word excess, but I don't have a better word. Let's see. Let's see if I can find Mr. Red. Ah. They don't even call it out necessarily. It's just, yes, Cormyr is great and wonderful and awesome and amazing and wonderful, and she's going to be so great and it's going to be so fantastic. Years and years of worship, my entire life were not in vain, because Cormyr, like, you get it, right? It's there. Oh, usually it's just an art error in my experience, I've never seen anything do that deliberately.
Captain, I'm glad I caught you.
Aye, Commander. It would seem you survived the Den of Vipers in Zalambor's casino.
Zalambor was reluctantly helpful. He said the Forged had set up camps in the area. My team is scouting the main camp, but I need to know where any of the smaller posts might be.
Actually, there are 2 Forged outposts outside the city walls. They mostly provide reinforcements and tactical support for the main camp.
It would make sense to take those out before attacking the main camp then. Kill the cavalry before they can come to the rescue.
And it might cut back their raids on our city. You'll find one outpost to the north, and the other to the east. I've posted my cavaliers outside them. They can fill you in on what to expect inside.
Yeah, desperation's a good word. So, I'm not trying to be a dick here by zooming ahead of Mr. Red. I actually wanted to show off something. If you're wondering why I bothered to get the Beetle, that's why. The Raptor is noticeably faster than anything else, and up to this point. But look how long it took him to catch up to me. Oh, that wasn't even him. Sorry, there he is. Yeah, the Beetle is the straight line. Or rolling hills, if you will.
Over here. Captain Rahim said you could help me. Have you ever seen Balthazar at this camp?
If Balthazar ever showed up at this camp, you'd be talking to an empty tent. I'm just here to observe and report.
I'm hoping to find clues on what Balthazar's up to. You can stay here cowering in the shadows if you'd prefer.
Thanks for understanding. I have seen couriers delivering dispatches. They might contain intel about Balthazar's battle plans.
I should have sent Ritlock to this camp. Saved myself some trouble.
I can't tell if you're joking, Mr. Ed, because I don't remember how you actually got the Beetle. Oh, hey, there's the skateboarders. I hate the line guys more than the skateboarders, so I'm going to let that go. Alright, so all I have to do is gather intelligence. There we go. Yep. Gather an intel. Gather an intel. Sadly, that didn't give me any intel. So let's see here.
This looks interesting.
I don't remember how I got it. I remember it was a bit of an investment. At the time, I thought it was a lot of investment. That was before I discovered the nightmare that was the Griffin. And the Griffin was something I discovered before I had to get my own sky scale. I actually quit getting my sky scale for a really long time. I actually don't remember how long it was. I hated the sky scale grind.
This looks interesting. What's this? No good. This looks interesting. No luck, but I'm not giving up. This looks interesting.
Yeah, as much as I hate to force you to listen to a warrior again, I think Jennifer Hale was the right call for this. She's been doing a really solid job in each of these. We'll switch it up later.
So we survived somehow. Thanks to you, we
keep
can
looking.
go on to feed our people.
Anyways, hi, Colgrim. So far, I think we've only come up with a grand total of 1 negative. And honestly, I anticipate that's going to be a trend. Alright, what did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah, make sure you get your Path of Fire guesses in. Did I update that? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Remember, Path of Fire includes Season 4.
No sign of Balthazar or his herald, and no clue as to why he's hunting Vlast. But at least I know a little bit more about the Forged. Maybe I'll have better luck at the other outpost.
Oh, I'm not worried about Season 4. I'm just making sure people are aware of the fact that I'm counting those both as the same expansion. So the sand sharks are an interesting enemy. They like to jump up at you and they'd be like, "Pwah," and fling themselves out of the sand to attack. But they're not the fun enemies. The fun enemies, looks like there's none up right. Oh, there's one. But those guys, the Hydras. Hydras back in Guild Wars 1 were death. Just death. You saw a pack of Hydras and they were harder than most bosses. They're a little weaker this time around. I've never actually played it, Gum Gum. Well, let me walk that sense back. I started playing it and I put it down.
Hi, stranger. Be cautious if you're heading north. The Forge have set up artillery at their camp just ahead.
The casino owner in Amnoon told me that the war god Balthazar rallies his troops at these camps.
Ah, Zalimbor. I haven't seen Balthazar come around here, but the Forge are nasty enough on their own, especially now with the cannons and all.
Well, I can put the Forged and their cannons out of commission.
Maybe you can leave a couple standing. I really need to keep this post.
Sure. Yeah, it's a little easier to deal with meteors in Guild Wars 2. Wait, Mr. Red, no! Anyways, these are skateboarders. They're not nearly as bad, but they do like to rush up into you and just juggle you if you get a whole bunch of them at once.
Aha!
Listen, you need to leave some of his camp up because... yeah, nowadays I don't even really fight them. It's like, oh, skateboarder. Okay.
You can't escape.
I'm not really trying to escape. I am killing you? I guess that's kind of like an escape. Like in a weird sense of the word. Yeah, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with enemies in Path of Fire? Just avoid them. Sorry, I shouldn't be mean, but it is funny to me how many of these people are like, oh, Balthazar is totally going to save me. I don't think he notices you exist. Sorry.
All in formation!
No, Colgrim. We won't for a bit, if you'll remember. I love the respawn animation there. Balthazar does have a weakness.
Two camps and still no sign of Balthazar. At least now we won't have to worry about leaving our flanks exposed at the main camp. Hopefully Whitlock and Knock had more luck scouting it out.
Well, we're still pretty early on. We're actually on quest 2 in Act 1. Hang on, sorry. I was interrupted in the middle of that. Do either of you need this veteran point or this hero point over here? It's a good time to do it, since someone else is doing it right now. This is almost always the first stop on the path train, so...
The air attends my whim.
It's a pretty easy one, especially compared to some of the later ones. So the line guys were back in Heart of Thorns, and they would put down a line. And I gave the line its own separate negative because it was that freaking bad of a design, as I demonstrated on camera. Oh yeah, that's true. These are technically an event and do give experience.
I'm returning to my bottle.
So that might help out a little bit too. Whee! Sorry, I'll stop doing that. So I'm not going to do all of these, but since there's one literally right here, I have done all these. I forget what it was an achievement for, but I did them at some point in the past.
Timmy, do you read me?
Timmy here. How are things where you are? What's the latest news from the desert?
Balthazar is hunting Vlast, and his armies are devastating the region in the process.
Wait, I'm confused. Why is he suddenly interested in a non-Elder Dragon?
I'm not sure. I was hoping the Exalted might know something.
I'll ask, but it'll have to wait till Aurene takes her nap. According to Kate, when Aurene's awake, she's all they talk about. I guess that's what 100% devotion to your reason for living looks like. It's impressive. And kind of creepy.
All right, find out what you can. I'll check in again soon. Commander out.
Stay in touch.
You probably didn't even see that. I walked in here. The cat immediately rushed in, jumped into my chair as I was about to sit down, and I'm like, cat? I have seen Epic Movie. Saw Epic Movie in the theaters. It was terrible. I'm sure he's going to be much happier when he gets back with his family and never sees me again. Except when I feed him, because it'll probably still be my job to feed him. Yes, we are now the pocket. Ahem. So, the hobbits eat 7 meals a day. I don't think I'm physically capable of eating that much. Where is this link thing us to? Oh, it's right down there. There's a rift? Okay, sure. This should give you some experience. Come on down, Mr. Red. You're the next contestant on Doing a Rift. And whoever else is out there. Let's see, we got Braglin and Game Geek right now. Oh, is that it? Oh, we were just too late. I'm sorry. I have failed you. Well, it's like I was saying the other day. I have this strange alien quality at Smearster. You've probably never heard of it. It's called basic human empathy.
Commander, glad you're here. I was getting tired of listening to him complain about the weather.
All I said is that I find this arid climate to be less than ideal.
I think he's wilting.
What have you learned about Balthazar's camp?
I'm told this is the main forged camp in the region. It has an extremely heavy troop presence.
I love the look, by the way, Braglin.
Take him out before they know what hit him. Fast and fierce.
Like, it's a great combo of, like, greens and blues.
Staggeringly outnumbered, I suggest we use finesse to engage a few at a time.
Okay, follow my lead. Let's go meet a god.
I like Mr. Red's head. I'm not going to praise your outfit because I'm not a good liar. I will admit, it took me an extremely long time to find an outfit I actually liked on an Ashura. You've actually seen me in it on my Mesmer. Yeah, I was going to say, that just looks like the armor you have on, which is fine, of course. Okay, let's go kill people. The good news is the wiki is extremely good at that.
Right behind you, Commander.
Like, just to use a random example, let's say I really want...
They'll likely have sentries posted inside. I suggest we quietly pry the gate open to avoid their notice.
All right, Canuck. Go ahead. We'll cover you.
So let's say I really want to get the Voltaic Stormcaller axe. So what I do is I type /wiki space, and then I shift-clicked it into the chat. And it'll look up the exact weapon. Just like that. Now, it's not perfect, but it's a pretty good lookup feature. The biggest issue I have with this, because I've already run into this, is sometimes the wiki doesn't put the appearances in a place that you'd think would be logical.
We stopped that sentry.
Wow. There's an achievement for literally killing everything in this camp, which I do not have. Now, I actually want your honest opinion on this, Mr. Road. Since you've done this quest, recently, even, is this better or worse with a GRU?
That sentry's been alerted. Get them. Okay, sentry's down.
I'm not just asking to make a point. I know you don't like co-op, and I'm not trying to change your mind on the matter. It's more like I've been slowly building this opinion in my head that this game is so much better with a friend. Because, again, I've never played it solo. I have never played this game without PAX, at least, right? I mean, you can play this game solo. Anyways, thank you, Lord Harriman, for the donation. Give me a moment. I'll jot that down. It's funny because it does so much to encourage and build towards co-op play. In fact, it's one of the most co-op friendly games, co-op friendly MMO, excuse me, I've ever seen. Super Lesbian Animal RPG. This guy 1 and Steins Gate Elite. Like, the only thing that comes close for me, emphasis on close, not actually there, is current WoW, as in War Within WoW. Even then, I'd still give that to Guild Wars 2. Okay, we're sweeping. We're sweeping. Really, Mr. Ed? That's funny. I got you! You thought I'd never make it. You didn't believe in me, my young apprentice. But now I will show you the power of the Path of Fire. And actually good expansions. Rise of Zillart. I mean...
All clear out here, but no Balthazar. No telling what's on the other side of this gate.
Only one way to find out. We smash, slash, and trash.
I do like all three of those activities.
Ever just engage an enemy?
Why would you do that? Hang on. Before we jump in there and kill even more of these... Thank you, Chill Pangolin. Always. Give me a moment. You're not getting X. You do have something tracked, right? Just to be 100% sure. Because, for example, I have nothing tracked right now because I have nothing to raise. So that's going to Disgaea 1 to the platformer block. And Super Lesbian Animal RPG. That's a weird trade, but I'll allow it. Yeah.
How dare you misbelievers interfere in our work? You are nothing before Balthazar.
That's one officer down. This is the main camp. There's got to be other officers inside.
No, Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
We might even get a look at this so-called god.
If he's not here, we should let him know we stopped by. Leave no forged officers standing.
Fast and fierce.
Now you're talking.
Damn, I can't even check. I literally can't raise anything.
That sentry's been alerted. Get them. Okay, sentry's down.
Remember, kill everything. Yeah, there's a decent chance we'll be streaming it soon. Current way we're going. I honestly don't anticipate Guild Wars 2 will take much longer. Since we trimmed it down to just the MSQ, that really chopped down the time of this run. Let me tell you, that was a relief. So, why are there not many religious games about religious figures? So, the easy answer is most people don't like shooting a hornet's nest. Like that really is the simplest, easiest answer. Yeah, did you notice that Vanilla was, I think it was triple the length of Heart of Thorns? And Heart of Thorns included a season, too. A nice big day and a half of a season. That sounds about right, Asmira. Oh god, it's time walking this week, and I actually want to do that, too. Oh, I need to find time to play WoW this week, too. It's okay. That's not a hard ask.
That sentry's going for the alarm. Take them out.
Wait, where? I didn't even see him. Didn't see him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Die. I am sorry you're not getting experience, though. On the plus side, once we get past this quest, you will be getting experience, because we'll be caught up. I really did think you'd get experience here. I wasn't trying to be like, come help me for my own extremely selfish gain. This guy is being a dick. There we go. Jesus, he reset twice on me. But yeah, it's turbulent time-ways right now, too. So I really need to do the time walking. But yes, Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, Icebrood Saga, End of Dragons, Secret of the Obscure, and Janthier Wilds are the expansions in this game. That's right. BFA time walking. Which I missed. I missed it. Oh, I'm so dumb and stupid and worthless. God damn it. No. No. No.
Okay, sentry's down.
I love it. We're just butchering everyone in the entire forge.
There, in the central hub.
That is a good question. What is that thing? Get him back here and die. Oh my god. Okay, did we kill everything? Is anything left alive? Didn't see anything. It's okay, we can mount in here. Because this is Path of Fire. Woo! Yeah, I see just the big boy. You know what? Can I can. Oh, that's funny. Hey there, boy. He immediately fears me. Down.
And stay down. Balthazar's tin soldiers are getting bigger and nastier.
I've seen worse from Iron Legion cubs.
You can tell him that in person, Tribune. But we've got to find him first.
Camp's clear, but no sign of Balthazar or his herald.
The so-called god of war seems to be better at hiding than fighting.
Careful. Graveyards are full of soldiers who underestimated their enemies.
We should meet up with Casimir and decide where to go from there.
The Temple of Cormyr's right up this hill.
Oh god, what is the name? There it is, there it is. Do yourself a favor, Eleazar. Look up Noah's Ark sometime. The video game. It's an NES game. It's hilariously bad. Like, I've actually played it. Just for funsies.
I don't believe I've ever been inside a human temple before.
You'll be fine. Just don't spit on the floor, blow out any candles, or let anyone hand you a pamphlet. Just trust me on this.
Yeah, by the way, Elona's gorgeous. Whoops. Went too far. Elona's gorgeous, trust me. Moving on. Right, I always forget AVGN has already covered a lot of the games I know about. Oh, don't get me started on the Islam thing. I'm actually with the South Park creators on that one. 100%.
Cormyr, I ask that you guide me through this difficult... Oh, I didn't see you enter.
Sorry, Cass. I didn't mean to interrupt your prayers.
It's okay. She will understand. I hesitate to ask, but... what happened at the Forged camp?
No sign of Balthazar or his herald. I'd hope you might come back to Amnoon with us to speak with Chief Counselor Iman.
Commander, I regret the intrusion, but I must speak with you.
Who are you? And how do you know who I am?
I know more about you than just your title, but please, we should speak in a more private setting.
Okay, sure. 1 second. Need to get more positives really quick. So... Muhammad was someone they actually showed off earlier in a South Park episode. But then, later on, there were threats leveled at Comedy Central over the possibility of showing Muhammad. So, in typical South Park fashion, they decided to turn that into an entire thing, where they actually had an entire episode about how they weren't going to be allowed to show Muhammad in an episode. Then, when they got to the scene where he was supposed to show up, they were not allowed to put Muhammad in the episode. And so they put a rather scathing message there about how Comedy Central was not going to let them put it.
Okay, you have my attention.
I am Keto, and I believe I can help you. You're looking for Vlast, the crystal dragon being hunted by Balthazar, yes?
How do you know what I'm looking for?
The Order of Shadows has eyes and ears throughout the Crystal Desert, and you haven't exactly been a quiet presence here.
Order of Shadows? I know of the Order of Whispers.
We share history, but deep disagreements about our goals and methods tore the original Order apart.
Commander! I understand you visited our camp.
Hi. That's actually funny, because Guild Wars 2's biggest overall visual appeal over the other two MMOs is its spectacle.
Everyone, this thing targets civilians. We've got to protect these people.
Why do you waste your energies fighting
Over
the
here.
god? Join him and fight the dragons instead!
I've been fighting dragons, you jackass.
These innocents come in the glory of Balthazar's light. I send them on to be made worthy, to be strengthened, to be forged.
Come to... I won't let you touch them.
Either way, no, I don't find that very unusual, Chill Pangolin. Plenty of people prefer one of the big three over the other two. Oh no, the cutscenes are much worse, Tsar. No offense to the cutscenes of Guild Wars 2.
Look out!
You're okay, you're okay. Come on up. Come on up.
Don't let her escape! Wait!
You have to sit. I need to put my hand down.
The Herald can wait.
Fair enough.
Okay, now you can rest. Hi. You can't go up to the desk. You know you can't go up to the desk.
Her power. She's nearly as strong as a god herself.
She sees your determination to protect the innocent as a weakness, one she can exploit.
The path to Balthazar runs through his herald. We can't give up the chase.
Commander, our goals are aligned. The Order of Shadows wants to work with you. Meet me at Macaulay Outpost, north of here. I can help you track the Herald from there.
So I got the Shield of Cormyr achievement, but it looks like we didn't get... Kill them all. Yeah, we didn't get that one. Well, I didn't get that one. Well, I would, Giga, but I just can't. I'm sorry. It's against my religion. And if you show my religion on camera...
Are you going to help?
I mean, Path is good. It's Path. Try to be shocked. You can sit, you know. Or you can leave. Whatever you want to do. What are you doing? You're going to choke yourself. Careful. Yeah, it took us 2 weeks to get her. Silly cat. Oh yeah, speaking of which. Gotta give some positives for that too while we're here. So.
Commander, over here.
What's going on?
Is Desolation one of them, Giga?
Branded just outside these walls when the Forge attacked. We overheard one of the Forged say Balthazar himself was on his way to snare the dragon. You there, follow me.
Yeah, that's not what I would call a surprise.
I promised the Order of Shadows would help you find Balthazar's herald, but I trust you'll settle for the god himself.
We need your help getting to Vlast. He may be the secret to stopping Balthazar.
I'm sorry, but nobody at this post is equipped to stand against the god of war. This way, keep moving.
I don't remember which... Oh, you're talking about...
Back to Cormyr's temple.
Jahai? No. Corna? It was one of the patched ones, right? One of the Season 4 ones?
Come on, we need to stick together.
Won't even fight for their own homes?
These people aren't warriors. Unlike you, they see challenging a god as certain death. So they prefer to run and live.
We understand. Get them to the temple.
Yeah, I actually know what you're talking about now. Yeah, right there, Thunderhead Peaks.
I didn't have the heart to tell him that if we die today, there's nowhere in Tyria that will be spared.
Then let's do our best not to die today.
I guess.
I like the Tribune's plan.
So what now?
We find Vlast. Kaz?
I'm coming with you. I want answers.
As usual, my opinion of a zone is tainted by having grinded it. And, yeah, I grinded the hell out of Thunderhead Peaks. And all of these zones, really.
The forge is thick as sand fleas out there.
Don't worry, we'll thin out their ranks.
This gate will remain closed.
Oh, looks like someone's immune to the Ritlock charm.
Sorry. So I'm just gonna fly out.
Which way Blast went. There's fire and debris in every direction.
This is combat destruction. Dragons tend to leave a more distinctive trail.
Like raging fires and broken bodies.
Along those lines, you'll know it when you see it.
Oh, geez. Defeat the elites within 3 minutes is one of the achievements. I actually have no idea, Lunarith. Legitimately. I don't know where that came from.
I'd given up hope.
Hey.
There may still be more of us out there.
Okay, let me scooch this off of you.
Just get yourself to someplace safe.
Yes, I know. You're probably still high. What the? Strange. Yep. Well, he finally started using the cat scratching post for the first time ever. He hasn't gone into his bed yet, though. I might just give up on the bed, which is fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's all good. You don't have to like the bed, okay? What are you doing? What are you doing? Is there a shirt right there? There's a shirt there. Nope. Off. That is my work shirt.
Thanks.
There. Ham. We still have time? 45 seconds. We got this. I'm sorry, Cat. But you were on my work shirt. My nice, expensive, hard-to-replace work shirt. Hi. I'll give you scratches. Anyways, objective complete, I think? Maybe? Right? Maybe we did it. Ow. Yes, those are your nails, or claws, or whatever they're called. Seriously? Did we fail? Ow! Okay, I'm just gonna move my foot back. Yes, I never really liked AVGN. I liked the guy, but I didn't like the show. 2 out of 3. Whatever. So I never really followed him like a lot of my generation did. I'll always give him credit for basically being the progenitor for that entire style of entertainment. You know, what's funny is we would have made that if I didn't have a cat I had to remove from my chair. I just don't think he's funny, Eliezer. That's all. And since his primary purpose is to be amusing, yeah, there's also a lot of toilet humor, which I just don't like juvenile humor in general. I never have.
If Blast is up there, Balthazar can't be far behind.
Speaking of...
Commander, have you come to accept my god's offer?
Never.
Reconsider. Living at his command is better than dying at his feet.
Oh, he's plenty creative. Like I said, he pretty much pioneered that whole style of thing. Like the concept of skits, as we see them now on YouTube, that pretty much comes from him.
And he should expect none from me.
Give in to his will. I too tried to resist, but I failed. And surrender makes the pain more bearable.
Maybe I'm stronger than you.
Yeah, like I said, I like the guy himself. He's cool.
Prove you are stronger. Kill my god. Please.
I will. I love that moment, by the way. Like, she gets a weirdly large amount of characterization. Considering she's already left the narrative. Hello, Vlast.
Balthazar, stop this. Your war will destroy Tyria. I won't allow you to commit more atrocities. You won't talk. We have to treat you as the enemy.
Very well. You face the god of war, mortal creatures. And I tire of your meddling.
So be it. Your herald is dead. I killed her.
You could have replaced her, but you refused my offer. We'll have no more words, Tyrion. Only death. Sure. You, friend, I will spare. But my mercy ends there.
Friend?
Really getting creative with the attack telegraphs now, by the way. Like, they already started experimenting in Season 3, but they're really getting fun with some of them here. I mentioned there's a boss I really like. It's not until Season 4, but I plan to point it out as soon as we get there, because I love that fight.
Choice. The flames will blacken your corpse.
Agreed, Ross. So, one of the other distinct things about about Guild Wars 2 they're not afraid to let us lose. So that was Vlast, who we've been focused on for pretty much our entire time here. Vlast is dead.
What happened?
Did we prevail?
No.
So what happened to Balthazar?
Rytlock.
Rytlock, what just happened? Why did Balthazar spare you? Call you friend?
Balthazar, I think we met once before.
What do you mean? When?
When I was looking for my sword, Sohathan, in the mists. I don't know how long I'd been looking. It
It's easy to lose track of time in the mists. But when I finally found Sohathan, its flame had been extinguished. Then I saw the stranger, in chains. He told me he could reignite my sword. I didn't ask his name, or why he'd been imprisoned there. I only asked him to restore Sohathan's flame.
So this is what he's been keeping quiet about us for a while.
Use the sword to break the chains that bound him. When I did, a portal opened. He told me it was a passage out of the mists. A way home. He must have followed me out, escaping the mists. I didn't know until just moments ago. But that stranger was Balthazar. He looked just like any other spirit trapped in the mists. I didn't know the truth until just now. Commander, I'm gonna make this right.
I know.
So, thanks for that.
Commander, is Rytlock okay? Balthazar hits like a god.
He'll be fine. Vlast sacrificed himself to save me.
Oh my gods!
When he died, Balthazar was knocked back by the Force. Then he was just gone.
So we still have no idea why he wanted Vlast, what his plans are.
Wait, these crystals. They look like the memory crystal we saw in Glint's lair, when the Master of Peace received Doreen's egg.
A memory crystal? How do you...
The War God hunts me for the power I carry within and the weapon in the Prophet's shadow. You must discover the knowledge to unlock them, sister, before he does.
That's Vlad's voice. Right, Commander?
He left this message for Aurene.
Or for someone he knew he could trust to get it to her.
Prophet's shadow. Any ideas?
It's probably Glint's lair. I've been there. It's not far from here.
Rytlock, you had Casimir worried.
But if Balthazar knows about Glint's lair, we might meet some resistance getting in.
If we can get in. That's kind of the trick.
Okay, you three get to Glint's lair and recon for Forged and Balthazar. I'm going to find the rest of these crystals. They may be useful. I also need to find a place to reach Taimi and check in on Aurene.
Are you going to tell Aurene about Vlast?
Trust me, she already knows. I can feel her reacting. She must be connected to Vlast like she is to me.
Really? In any case, Commander, given the heights in this terrain, you should find out how the locals get around.
Translation. Go get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Woo. You can tell I've done this a bunch because I have all the quest rewards unlocked for transmog. Whoops. Okay, so... crystals, huh? How are you supposed to get up here? Oh, you already have it. Okay.
To hold the weapon is to hold the fate of Tyria in your hands. The power to change the shape of the world. Potent enough to fell the Elder Dragons. Its might should not be taken lightly.
You'll hear no argument from me.
I think you can hear me, because you're dead. Yeah, you're actually in a different zone entirely, GameGeek. You're down here, in the Crystal Oasis. We're up here. Poor Blast. Ignore the giant dragon skull. Ignore the awakened everywhere, Jesus. I mean, he has literally been busy. 2 centuries. He's had 2 centuries to secure his hold on Alona. And boy, has he.
It was created so mortals could do the work of dragons of our line. To combat cataclysmic power and prevent the destruction of all life.
Following in his mother's footsteps.
Yeah, unfortunately, we might be at the point where you guys start having trouble keeping up with it, because apparently there's another mastery grind, which I honestly didn't even remember, or somehow skipped right over. I'm not sure which. I'm sorry, cat. You're fine. You're fine. No, you're okay, you're okay. Okay, fine, leave, whatever. Ah!
He seeks it for the wrong purpose. We are not ready.
We? He's talking about Aurene.
Honestly, Vanilla took even longer than I thought it would. Which is funny, because it was only 58 hours or something. The rest of it has been pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Let's see, yeah, Vanilla was 56.58 hours. Heart of Thorns was 16.65. I mean, I think the cat likes me, and I tolerate him.
My sister, the mantle is heavy. At times, too heavy to bear. But Mother believed, so we must endure. If you describe yourself...
The rest must be corrupted.
I mean, he's a good cat, so I don't know what you want from me. By the way, big old branded area over there. Some fun jumping puzzles, too.
Commander calling Timey. Come in, Timey.
Something's up, isn't it? Kate says the mood in the egg chamber has taken a troubling turn.
What do you mean?
Aurene, not herself. She started moaning like she was in pain, but she won't let anyone near. She actually snapped at her exalted attendants, angrily. The whole city's talking about it. What's going on?
Balthazar is a lot tougher than he was before. He swatted us down like we were nothing. And he killed Vlast. He was aiming for me, but Vlast took the hit.
Oh, wow. That explains why Aurene's so agitated. She's grieving for her big brother, the poor thing.
Southern gate is down.
I'll liaise with Kate and Illuminate. Together, maybe we can calm Aurene down.
Sounds like a plan. I'll check in again soon.
Stay in touch.
If you found these crystals, it means I failed before we met. For this, I apologize. I would have enjoyed the company in the desert skies.
She'll never know her brother.
Thanks, Balthazar. Arrogant prick. It's all for nothing, too. Little baby Boo-Boo got a little bit insulted and he had to go and try to wipe out all life. Because, gosh darn it. Nobody wipes out all life but me. What's his goal? Well, he hasn't really given away his goal in full totality yet. The only thing he said about it is that, well, I forget how he phrased it, but what he said was, I'll show them. I imagine the rest doesn't really take a lot of extrapolation. There are more details. I'll go into more details when we get there, but for right now, I'll show them. And here's where we need the canyon jump. Right here.
I hear you have chosen a champion. They will need this when the world tips. The death of the jungle dragon has accelerated our sire's rise.
Cool.
If only I'd known.
I mean, what else could we have done? That's the thing. There really wasn't a lot of change in course, you know. Hang on. Highlands, right? Yeah, Desert Highlands. I'm sorry, Braglin. On the plus side, you'd be grinding anyways. On the negative side, you'd be grinding anyways. Do me a favor, please ask if you need help with any of this crap. Like, the boss we just fought is not fun solo. I hear Giga is totally cool with helping people. It's a rumor I heard. Oh, you need mastery points. Okay, hang on.
The God of Fire continues to pursue me. I fear he may get the weapon. If he does, the consequences will be unpredictable.
That's
okay.
Lightly. All the more reason to get to it first.
So, how many mastery points do you need, Braven? Because I imagine everyone else is going to need those exact same mastery points. I guess I can just check, can't I? You're going to want... Oh, that's easy. That's just 6. Give me a second.
I would have destroyed it, but Mother forbade me. She never foresaw this crisis. The right path eludes me.
Oh my god, I forgot how many of these there were. Alright, Giga, how much do I have to bribe you to turtle carry a few people around to masteries? Because there's one right here. If anyone wants to work to me right now, I'm standing on a mastery. Just kind of stand here with that giant. Just gonna chill here for a second. Okay. God damn it. Alright. Fine. I'll kill you. Stop it. Damn. Okay. Oh, you made it! Freaking giant. Oh. No one near here? Yes. Where's the... What's up there? This... Right, this is the... You have the bunny mount, right? One.
I feel trapped in this role. This legacy. I yearn for freedom. But I cannot turn away from these responsibilities.
Okay.
To do so would doom the mortal races to certain destruction. And perhaps myself as well.
Here, try to come back up. Try to come back up.
But then again,
come on.
There is a kind of freedom in death. Is there not?
No? Okay, you don't have to. It was just a thought. I think I agree with you, Mr. Red. We get a weirdly large amount of characterization for someone who has almost no screen time. It's also implied he's been dealing with this for a very long time. Yes, Ken, I know. You exist. I acknowledge it. Come on up. It's okay. I only pulled you down earlier because you had... because my shirt was up there. There you go. There you go. See? It's okay. It's okay. You're alright. You're alright. You alright? Are you safe? You're stuck, aren't you? Here. Don't worry, I can carry you. Okay. It's like he doesn't want to do it. I figured the material might not be comfortable to squat on. I'm sorry, Ken. So quick way to swap between mounts. If you look in your key bindings, you can set a key binding per mount. That's what I do. That's X. I'm in combat, so I can't continue to demonstrate. This thing's about to die horribly for getting in the way of my demonstration. You helped Choya for some reason. Oh, God, I don't want to hear it. Ahem. Sure, here. I can't. Ahem. Hang on. Yeah, so sorry, there's the radial mount menu, which is an add-on. I don't remember what's an add-on of. I haven't really poked at add-ons. I know I have an add-on right there, but like that's it. That's all I've ever really poked at. So X, Z, B, V, C. Pretty much all the mounts I bounce between regularly. I am probably going to swap the Raptor with the Warclaw once I level up the Warclaw, because the Warclaw is kind of just a better Raptor. Oops. Once leveled.
Turek continues to grow in power, and her mother's death remains unavenged. And the time comes to...
Hello, cat. I mean, honestly, this is a black cat with green eyes. I think the default Little Kitty Big City is already basically Pocket. Aren't you? You're already in the game, aren't you? Silly cat. Why are you so affectionate? Why are you so affectionate? I mean, he is high, and I'm the one who feeds him. Hi. Crystal, crystal.
I wonder, sister, are your exalted attendants shaping you as they shaped me? Have their words taken hold of your heart? Do you feel the weight of those words grow heavier with every passing moment? Some advice. If you grow weary of your caretakers, offer a hiss or a swat of your tail and watch them scatter. Do not let them or yourself forget what you are.
So this is the Jackal, right? It has the ability to do that. Use those warp spots. That's pretty much its only use. There's a reason you'll never really see me use this. In fact, I think they abandoned that as soon as they left Path of Fire. But yes, I actually am alone with the cat. Have been since last Thursday, I want to say. And will be until this Saturday. What was that?
Come on! Just drop!
I agree with Mr. Red. Good story, good characterization, good voice acting. Good audio log, put simply. Looks like I actually need the Springer for the next step. Or, well, you know. Something. Whoa there, whoa there, whoa there. Correct, Game Geek. This is the expansion where you get both. However, if you want to get this mount for free, just do the first quest, I think, and Secrets of the Obscure. It'll give you a freebie.
Your champion fills me with curiosity. Perhaps because my own never appeared. The Exalted gave me purpose, but no true connection to it. I hope you fare better, my sister. I hope you feel full of purpose. Most days, all I feel is anger.
I left party so you could join up with them. Because I think all of them need masteries. And that's a full 5. So I'd be the odd man out. I feel really bad for Vlast, actually. He'd been doing this for a lot longer than Aurene will be. And he didn't have us. One of you invite Giga, because I obviously can't do them anymore. If you haven't already. No, actually, this is pretty much flight speed right here. It's certainly faster than walking, but it's not very fast. If you want to see fast flight, give me a moment. I need height for fast flight. Honestly, the sky skill is far more about being vertical and just straight up ignoring terrain. Alright, this is probably as high as I'm getting for the moment. So this is the Griffin. Let's scooch out a little bit. This is the fast flight. You can see it is noticeably faster. But it is a glider. You kind of can go up. Like, just barely. And now I'm back up here. That is, to my knowledge, either the fastest speed or tied for the fastest speed. One of the two. The only thing that could be faster is when you get a Beetle going full tilt. Did you get in the group, Giga? Oh, they released. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Giga. I've got some cookies with your name on them. Let's see. We've got raspberry cookies. We've got cinnamon cookies. We've got cheesecake cookies. White chocolate macadamia. That's another one. Okay, so like, what do you want me to do here, game? Oh, just go here. Okay. Could manage that. Spartan, do me a favor. Stop dying. Or being AFK. Oh, we're done with Act 1. I didn't even realize.
This is the place. The Prophet's Shadow.
Hey, look who finally showed up.
No sign of Kralkatorrik, Commander. It's definitely moved south.
And no branded either. Not yet, anyway.
That's surprising to hear, considering we're surrounded by Brand.
The landscape certainly makes an ominous impression. All the more reason to finish our business here quickly. Well then, Ridlock, Casimir, care to take point? Which way is Glint's lair?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Come again.
When the Commander Jory and I were inside, we got there through a portal. Not the same as walking through the front door.
Technically, I'm not even sure there is a front door.
If there is, we'll find it. Let's get moving.
This is probably my memory playing tricks on me, Scumlord, but all my memories of the bad hearts are in the Season 4 stuff, like up here in Thunderhead. And, here, I want to say? Yeah, this looks right. The Domain of Kurna. Like, I remember having to do some of those because I had to buy some things from some of those vendors, and oh my god. I also had to do the heart every time I wanted to buy from them, because these are repeatable hearts. Which means, screw you. Unless I was wrong, in which case, screw me. Take a pick. But yes, there is such a thing as cheesecake cookies. It's actually quite simple. It's a cookie with cheesecake filling baked into it. They're quite good. I recommend them. Alright, quick. While Mr. Red's off catching up, let's get further ahead of him so he can't actually catch up. In fairness, I'm thinking of chopping off soon. I feel like that might be a recurring thing over the next few weeks. It is so hot in here. And as soon as my roommate, the person who is allowing me to stay here, comes back, that means that door's got to be closed, which means no second fan and nowhere for the air to go. So it's going to get a lot worse in a few days.
Looks like the Forged got a head start on us. We have to find the weapon before they do. Before Balthazar does.
I'm not so sure this weapon is their only priority. These Forged aren't just hunting parties. By the looks of it, they've been dug in here for some time.
Yeah, something is definitely up. Let's take a look around and see what we find.
Is this? Whatever they're building here, it must be enormous.
Yeah. Dang it.
This thing is drawing power from branded crystals. How is that even possible?
It looks like they're mining branded crystal. But for what?
Well... keep forgetting I can mount.
Some kind of armor. Looks sturdy, too. What are they using it for?
The Iron Legion would kill for plating like this. And has. Several times over.
Oh, Jesus, Sean. That's awful. Especially that far north. Some places around there don't even have air conditioners, or at least not, you know, proper central air.
Commander, take a look at these tracks.
Any idea what made them?
Something large and heavy. You'd probably already guessed that, but otherwise, no. I've never seen tracks like these.
A windy unit's better than nothing.
Find anything?
Speaking from experience.
The Forged have been busy. Whatever they're up to, they've rebuilt the area to suit their needs.
It appears Balthazar's found a way to harness power from branded crystals. Between that, the plating, and those tracks...
It must be some kind of war machine.
Maybe it has something to do with the weapon Vlast was talking about.
It's possible, but we're not getting any answers until we get into Glint's lair.
Watch yourself! Branded!
Do I have to kill them? I wonder. So where I was born is consistently a very cold place. Cold water, cold rivers, cold everything. So let's see, how hot is it over there right now? Oh wow. It's 80 degrees over there. That's crazy. Yeah, that I grew up in the snowy mountains, to be clear. Or rather, I was born. I only lived there for a year. But I was born in the snowy mountains. I've been back there several times. It's pretty cold.
Anybody else feel that? Something powerful.
Glint. I can sense her.
Impressive trick for a dead dragon. Any competing theories?
Yeah, stow it, twig.
Hello, Cap. Yes, that is my chest. Hi. Hello.
These heroes are not what I expected. Do they have the courage to endure what's coming? The will to drive it back? Tyria's last hope rests on the unity of the races, the pooling of their strength. It is the only way.
That's Glint. She's talking about Destiny's Edge.
This must be like the memory crystals Vlast left behind. A distillation of Glint's thoughts.
You think this will help us get inside Glint's lair?
I'm not sure, but it's the best lead we've got.
Do you see what he's doing right now?
Spread out and see if we can find more crystals.
Here, real quick.
I think
Look at him.
Memory crystal over there.
What are you doing, Cat? Anyways.
Hey, Commander, I found something.
Yeah, he's making biscuits. Yeah, let me scooch this for you, okay? Scooch this for you. There you go. So, why did the crystal react to you? I'm not sure. Maybe whatever's left of Brent recognizes me. We did fight Kralkatorrik together. He's petting me. Thank you for the pets, Cat. I hope you're comfortable. Well, here's Glint's lair. Looks exactly like I remember it. You better be careful, Cat. This might become cat hour. I see you're not very bothered by that possibility. Why is this not letting me interact with it? What?
That right there looks like a job for your Springer.
Yep. Let me just get on my Springer here. I mean, elves are pretty distinct? Wrong word. Indistinct? There's all kinds of elves is what I'm trying to say. They're the Swiss Army knife of fantasy races. I mean, hell, even in Forgotten Realms, there's like 20 different types of elves. And that's just one setting. Hello to Quack. I mean, the only thing that makes Hellions elvish at all is the fact that they have pointed ears. At that point, Vulcans are elves. which they're not.
We've got a crystal over here, Commander.
You're okay. You're okay. Shh. You're okay. There. Getting a picture of the cat. I told you were fine. I know, cat. Don't worry. Someday I'll get you back with your family. Hopefully soon. If leasing agents stop being dicks for 5 seconds and actually try to buy the house. Jackasses. You got Vulcans. In response to Zara. I mean, honestly, I've never heard anyone call Hylians elves, so that's even coming from. Lord Cat Review. He's actually a pretty good cat as far as cats go.
I found another crystal. I think we're on the right track.
He doesn't claw stuff up too much, he doesn't puke all over everything. He's a very social cat, as you can probably see right now.
With the aid of the Forgotten, I have come to terms with my freedom. But freedom, I'm finding, comes with a heavy burden. When my mind is drawn to the suffering of Tyria's people, the inescapable doom they face. I feel a sickness in my heart, the first stirrings of compassion. I turn their plight over and over in my mind. The Elder Dragons, the world consumed. I can abide these visions no longer. There must be something I can do.
So this is when Glent decided to help the mortal races.
We were fortunate. Could have just as easily gone the other way.
Yep. None of this entire franchise would have happened without Glent. I mean, Hylians are just humans. They have no racial characteristics.
I remember only fragments from the days before the Forgotten performed their ritual on me. Though I still feel a connection to Kral Katoric, it no longer compels my actions. My will is my own. I am free. I see Tyria as I've never seen it before.
Glent never talked about what it was like before she was cleansed. Must have been a lot to process.
To say the least.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I'm trying to get you more coffee.
Yes, my child.
Stop. 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 Stop.
Age,
I'll get you free.
I sense Kral Katoric stirring in its sleep. Could it know what I'm planning? What you are meant for? Time grows short. I fear what will happen when the Elder Dragon awakens. And I'm sorry. You must bear this burden.
Hey, look there. A portal's opened. Restoring the crystals must have triggered it. I think we found our way in.
Casimir, is everything all right?
Yes, it's just... This is definitely the place the Commander Joria and I were brought to, but it's... changed. The brand is spread here. I wish she was here.
Oh, burn me. This is the spear Glint gave us to kill Kralkatork, fashioned from its own blood. I had no idea it survived the fight.
This must be it. The weapon Vlast was talking about. We found it!
Watch out! It's one of Glint's Crystal Guardians!
There's the welcoming committee.
So, what's our move, Commander? Do we kill it, or...
It's corrupted. Take it down.
Now the Zonai, much more elven.
What about using their shields? They won't mind. It's the shield. It's too tough.
Last time, the lesser elementals were the key.
Haven't we already been... Another fight where you need that counterattack, by the way. Just to keep making that point. No, I never even heard of it. I'm good. So I suppose that's a no by default. It really wants me to do another one. Cool. Oh, I definitely am not interested in the Conan series. Never have been. I've poked at that a few times. Down you go. I actually feel like that's a better execution of the earlier aspect fight the Facet fight the last time we were in here. Which makes sense. Path of Fire really started solidifying a lot of what the boss design would be.
Prophecy is not always a gift. Often I see things I wish I hadn't. But when the vision is clouded, I am most uneasy. The heroes have gathered, and Kralkatorrik approaches. I am not yet prepared to face the Elder Dragon, and distressingly, I cannot see beyond the coming battle. Is it because I die? I can't die without finishing my work. I have to stop Kralkatorrik. The Forgotten told me much, but not everything. What did they tell the Six? What do the gods know that I do not? So much is unclear, but I am out of time. I must keep my faith and hope that my children will carry on my legacy.
Why is that irritating, Rector's-Beard?
Glint never said anything to Destiny's Edge about a legacy. Only that Kralkatorrik had to be stopped.
Stopped, yes, but killed? Do you suppose she knew about the consequences?
Maybe that's why Vlast sent us here, to destroy the Dragon's Blood Spear.
Bad idea, boss. Glint told us that weapon was made specifically to kill Kralkatorrik. If we destroy the spear, we'll be powerless to stop it. Unless you got a pile of dragon-slaying gear I don't know about.
Killing them is no longer an option. Not without a plan to deal with the aftermath. Balthazar doesn't care what will happen to Tyria. We can't risk the spear falling into his hands. We have to destroy it.
Fine. Just so long as I'm on record. This is a bad idea.
Yes, that is Rexar's Vortex. That took me a second. Yes, that's him. He's acting on instinct.
The task is done. Now let us all imagine Balthazar red-faced and frustrated over his failure to stop us. Ah, yes, that's lovely.
I just hope we made the right decision. I feel lost without the guidance of the gods. Is Rytlock okay?
He's brooding. Char loved to brood. I'm sure he's fine.
You mind checking in on him, Commander?
This was Snarf's golem, wasn't it?
What's left of it, yeah. I failed my guildmates, Commander. I failed Glint. Balthazar wasn't the only one I ran into during my time in the Mists. I also met Glint. She taught me the ways of the Revenant. I thought she meant for me to finish the job Destiny's Edge started. But here we are, trying to save Kralkatorrik. That damn dragon is still alive. And Glint, Snaff, and Air, they're all dead. I need a win, boss. I gotta make this right. Let's take Balthazar down.
If I could talk for a second about how awesome this is. Earlier Guild Wars 2, especially vanilla, would have turned the scene we just went through into a big fake drama moment, right? Alright, we need to destroy the spear because we can't let it fall into Balthazar's hands. And, you know, Rytlock would have been like, but we must do it! You're betraying me, Commander, for daring to do this. And the Commander would have been like, you don't understand, Rytlock. We have to do this for the good of all Tyria. And Rytlock's like, how do you even know? Blah, blah, blah. And you know it. You could picture it. Yeah, it would be a Bram moment. Exactly. It would be a Bram moment. You know it, right? You could picture in your head the kind of scene this could have been. But we're in Path of Fire. So instead of melodrama or fake drama or any other nonsense, Rytlock actually just takes us on the chin and says, okay. Rants for a bit to his friend, that's us, by the way. And then that last line is brilliant. I need a win, boss. I gotta make this right. I know, it's weird, isn't it, Riker's Beard? Praise Joko.
Destroyed. Can we go kill that loathsome god now?
We've stalled Balthazar's plans, but we're no closer to bringing him down. And we'd all like to avoid a repeat of our last encounter.
Commander, we're rudderless. We need guidance. I think we should go to the gods and ask them ourselves.
Asmir.
You mean go to the mists?
Hello, good cat.
Not sure I like the sound of that.
Hi.
And if Rytlock really did meet Balthazar in the mists, maybe there's more to his story than we realized. Maybe the gods really are helping us. I've done everything you've asked of me, Commander. But I have questions that need answering.
So do I. We know we're outclassed from our last meeting with Balthazar. This may be our only way forward. All right, Kaz, we'll do it your way. But how do we reach the gods?
There's a portal to the mists at the Tomb of Primeval Kings. I think we should start there.
Then that's where we'll go. Kaz is right. It's high time we got some answers.
Nope. Guild Wars 1 reference, by the way. Take a drink. So, what do I think about the mists? Well, I haven't decided when I'm going to give a negative for the mists, but I am absolutely 100% going to give a negative for the mists. I haven't decided if I'm giving that here or in End of Dragons. I'll be doing it in End of Dragons. Because I know that pissed me off. It's one of the only plot points that pissed me off in the entire game post-Season 3.
So many prayers unanswered. Do you think they will listen to us?
You know, that could be Mr. Red. Because, yeah, Riker's Beard is right. They actually... they did a fairly substantial writer's shakeup, but it's possible that one writer survived. I'm not even sure.
Portals to other worlds, ghostly dragons, rampaging gods. We lead charmed lives, do we not?
Right now I'm trying to think about how to get... I just need to buy another lint roller. Oh, sure, you'll disagree 100%. Here's the short answer. Multiverse.
Portal to the mists, huh? I've seen enough of that place to last a lifetime. But, well, it's like I said, Commander. I'm gonna make this right. No way you're going without me.
It's... What's doubly irritating is... they make... I'll talk about it extensively when we get there, because I'm pretty sure they don't really dip their toes into the multiverse in Path. I could be wrong. We'll find out. But they definitely do in End of Dragons, and it's just like... That's true. I've never seen a work of fiction have a multiverse in it. The Afterlife aspect, I'm actually with you on. That's the thing. That's why we're probably going to move that negative back to End of Dragons, right? Yeah, there's a multiverse, Mr. Red. Canonically. Let me show you something. Okay, so... I guess it's actually best to just go up here. Let me show you something. Yeah, I was going to say, the fractals are the multiverse, but here's the thing. There's actually two separate aspects of this game that are very multiversal, but in a not part of the story kind of a way, if that makes any sense. It's just, here's an alternate version of how events could have gone, or here's people from other worlds who are fighting you for resources. That's what WVW is about. Like, canonically, the Mist War is called that because it's different worlds fighting each other within the Mists for the resources of the Mists. It's dumb. But I haven't dinged it because it's over there in its corner. It doesn't really count. It's easy to look at this and say, this isn't canon, right? It's actually pretty similar to the way Dark Souls does it. But it's like a lot of games, a lot of MMOs in general. No, not at all, though. They like to do this thing where they have something that isn't really supposed to be part of the story. There's just like a hand wave explanation for why there's 20 main characters in an MMO, right? And that's it. Like, that's just, it's a hand wave and we let it go. So I'm willing to let it go until we got to the End of Dragons part. The moment we get there, all of a sudden it actually becomes a plot point that they go in and they start fighting other versions of themselves, and that leads to events that actually affect End of Dragons, and it's just like, great. But yeah, as a hand wave, sure, no problems. As something that's just, it's kind of a little side thing, yeah, sure, whatever. And the Afterlife, well, we'll be discussing the Afterlife pretty soon. I think we need a shot at Amnoon, actually. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because I'm going to go and cut off. I'm going to stay true to my word. Let Mr. Red catch up to me. And stop melting. I've been having this weird issue. This is a new issue for me. It is so hot. It is so hot in here that regular sweat is gathering in my eye sockets and hurting my eyes just from sitting here. I bet several of you know the exact sensation that I'm having. Just look up here really quick. This looks like a good spot. There we go. And we show off our new color scheme for the expansion. Perfect. Tomorrow, we'll probably finish Path of Fire proper. I sincerely doubt it'll take much longer. We're already decently into Act 2 of 3. And then we'll go ahead and try to hit up Season 4. I can't even think. See you guys.